meters, the 3,000 meters for the women, and the 5,000 for the men. So everybody getting their blades in order. And it's a pretty nice day out in Calgary today, about 8 degrees. Feels a little cooler than that, but in terms of inside in the ice, because you have a little bit of a inside scoop since you've skated here before, what's it looking like today?
I think it looks pretty good. And you know what? There's a real buzz here in this atmosphere as well. You know, we're 70 some odd days from Milano Cortina.
Leading pairing of the day. We'll see Mei Han of China on the inner. Two-time Olympian, three-time medalist at the World Championships, including 2 in Calgary back in 2024. And of course, Miho Takagi, the three-time Olympian, most decorated female Olympian in Japanese history with 7 medals. She's on the outer. Han of China on the inner, Takagi of Japan on the outer. Again, the first pairing of the day in the women's 1,000 meters, 200-meter opener followed by 2 laps.
And they have the ability to set the tone right here, right now, Signa, because we know both these women are champions.
Takagi's 17.88 through that opener. Now we have 2 laps on the go now.
Takagi's going to get a nice little draft here. Oh, that's such a gift. Takes it. It kind of feels like when you're on the highway and you pull up right behind a semi-truck. Takagi opted out of skating the 1,000-meter last week in Salt Lake City. That's why we're seeing her in this first pair. She wanted to sharpen up a little bit using the 3,000-meter, but this is looking nice.
Takagi with 1 lap to go, and remember, she's the back-to-back world champion in the 1,000-meter. A chance to really set the tone here, as you mentioned, and well ahead of Han in this pairing.
She still has a nice tempo. That is her strength. She doesn't get all that much pressure into the ice, but she never slows down. I'd love to see a little bit more lean in this last corner. Fatigue definitely has set in, but still moving well.
And on the final straight at the line, well, the time 1:13.60 for Miho Takagi, so that is the time we will chase.
She looked really nice and clean off of the line here. Just fantastic technique. I always think she's such a technician. She's got clinical technique, all right? When you look up perfect speed skating in the dictionary, her face pops up. I don't know if she's going to think that was an absolute home run, though, Signa.
Pairing 2 in the women's 1,000 meter features Canada's Alexa Scott on the inner lane. Beijing Olympian in 2022 was 12th in the 1,000 meters. And on the outer lane, it's Kim Min-sun of Korea, also a Beijing Olympian and a former world junior record holder in the 500 meter. Alexa Scott, born in Manitoba, now calls Calgary home. Was second in the 1,000 in the B group last week in Salt Lake City, and we had a chance to catch up with her earlier this week. She says she's feeling really good. She's on the inner lane there. So Kim Min-sun, 17.85 through that opening 200 meters.
And 18.0 for Alexa is looking good. I mean, we spoke to her, as you said, Signa, and she said, I'm just having fun. I'm feeling light out there. She's really loving her relationship with her coach, Will Dutton. You see him on the backstretch there saying, yeah, let's hop it up. Come on, move those feet. Give me a little dance in the corner. But it's just great to see her in a little bit of the form that we came to know and love from her in and around the Beijing Olympics.
Kim Min-sun looking strong here in the green by 9/100ths of a second. 1 lap to go.
Nice first lap for Kim. Alexa just needs to hang on now. This is where the lactic really starts to pool. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. You just got to keep moving those feet and driving those knees.
Let's hear it for Alexa Scott to the finish line.
So coming to the finish line, it's Kim in first and won't be in first place. 1:13.98 behind Takagi's time.
Both women really nice and aggressive off of the gun. Kim, great lean there. Was in control throughout this race. She really, really attacked it. But that was a solid start too for Alexa Scott. Again, great to see her back with fitness and looking very nice.
Pairing number 3 features young up-and-coming Japanese skater Yukina Yoshida, 22 years of age, against Isabel van Elst of Belgium, born in the Netherlands, in fact studied history at the University of Amsterdam. Van Elst on the outer and Yoshida on the inner.
And they're off in the third pair.
Yoshida seemed to have a little bit of a slip there at the beginning. We'll have to see if that affects her in the first 200 meters of this race.
I love how dynamic she is in that first corner, Signa. Just really driving her knees.
17.73, not too bad. If she slipped, well, I didn't show in the time.
That's exactly what we want to see. Great little opener for her. I mean, she did PB her 500 meter and 1,000 meter last week in Salt Lake City, so you got to think she's feeling really good with the momentum and confidence. She just keeps moving her feet. Really nice little tempo there. Her arm doesn't pull her off of her stride. Solid first lap.
So Yoshida looking good in the green by 2/10 and change. 2 top 10 finishes at the World Championships in Hamar, Norway last year for Yoshida.
Still driving everything to the beginning, or to the front, excuse me. Again, great corner entry. She's still hugging the line. Fatigue has set in. You can see that tempo really start to slow down here, but she's still battling.
It'll be Yoshida driving to the line in this third pairing. And off the pace set by her teammate Takagi. Yoshida's time 1:13.66.
That is a huge personal best. She should be very happy with that. Again, she just exploded onto the scene last year, and she has been so fun to watch. Only 22 years old. What's her ceiling? I don't have an answer for that. I think she's going to be a star, and you're going to need to know her name for years to come. Really like how she skates. Congratulations on a massive personal best.
In the fourth pairing, representing Poland. In the inner
Lining up in the fourth pairing of the day, Karolina Bosiak of Poland. Last week 13th in the 1,000 meters in Salt Lake City. And Elia Smeding of Great Britain, won the B group last week in Salt Lake City. So moving up to the A group, the 27-year-old from Great Britain. And our first false start of the evening.
Looks to be on the inner on Bosiak. You have to be completely still.
So Bosiak on the inner for Poland will line back up. Elia Smeding of Great Britain on the outer. And they're off cleanly this time. Opening 200 meters followed by 2 laps.
Really nice aggressive start here from Bosiak. I wouldn't expect anything less, but I just love how explosive she is.
So a little bit off the mark at that 200 meter mark. 2 laps to go.
Yeah, it looked faster than it was, to be honest, but she's got a little work cut out here. Nice and low, pushing to the side, really using her body weight. Nice long stride. You want to be pushing to the side, but you also want to be imagining that you're pushing right into the ice, down into the ice. That means that you're getting all of your body weight over your blade, getting all that pressure and making all that speed.
Bosiak a little bit of a grimace now, and we'll see Smeding come on the inner, hugging that line.
She might give Bosiak a nice little draft here. She can chase her down. It's a bit of a carrot, especially when you have this much fatigue. Smeding very strong. That left arm is a little bit of a tell for her fatigue. You don't want to see anything moving, Signa. That means that that's a little bit inefficient.
Neck and neck on this final drive to the line. It'll be Smeding winning the pair, but sliding into 6th place. So still the time from Miho Takagi in pairing 1. 1:13.60 is the time to beat.
Smeding has such a nice stride. Bosiak's so explosive. A little bit of a miss, I think, for both women. With all respect, I think that they can both go faster than that. But it was a good battle, good pair.
in the 5th pairing. In the inner lane from Korea.
At the halfway point of the women's 1,000 meters. On the inner lane is Lee Na-hyun, 19 years of age. Feels like she's been around forever on the World Cup circuit. Against Chi Yin of China, the 33-year-old. Lee on the inner, 19, the veteran. Yin, the 33-year-old, on the outer. We'll see who has the edge through the 200-meter sprint to lead things off.
Well, Lee has every building block to be a star. 17-8 Signa, give it up. Great opener. Yin does have the ability to crush this first lap, though. Not always the sharpest right off of the gun, but she is so strong. Lee moving really nice and well here. I like that she's driving her knees. Nice hip in the corner. Great position there. Little dance. She is really upping her tempo to build that speed, and this looks nice and long.
Well, Lee picked up a second-place finish in the 500-meter at Salt Lake City last week. But Yin making a go of it on the inner lane here. We'll see if Lee can get a draft.
Yin is absolutely laying down the hammer. She is just pushing right down into the ice, really trying to battle this one out. And Lee answers back, ending on the inner. This is going to be a drag race, Siggy.
And driving to that line, it will be Yin ahead in third place, 1:13.81.
Great personal best.
Personal best,
for
yeah.
Yin.
Seen a few PBs so far in this women's 1,000 meter.
Lee really nice and dynamic, took the extra crossover, but Yin answers back with just so much top speed after 600 meters. Great first lap.
In the sixth pairing, in the inner lane from the Netherlands, Antoinette Reitma de Jong.
All Netherlands battle. Antoinette Reitma de Jong on the inner lane.
And in the outer lane,
On the outer lane, Isabel Gravelt, the 23-year-old, fourth at the Dutch Championships in the 1,000 meter. She was 10th last week in Salt Lake City. Antoinette Reitma de Jong on the inner, a three-time Olympian. So two countrywomen duking it out here in pairing number 6. Reitma de Jong on the inner and Gravelt on the outer. Both athletes shaping into form. Again, there's 4 World Cups this season. Many of those World Cup points to help decide countries in terms of who they take to the Olympics. So off the pace in the first opening 200 meters.
A little bit. My eyes are on Antoinette Reitma de Jong, though. This is a woman who is so incredibly gritty. I love how she races. She just always seems to find that 6th elusive gear. She's a competitor, right? She comes to the line and she wants to win, and she always brings fireworks. This is a great little matchup. Isabel Gravelt looking nice. What a first lap, Siggy.
So 2/10 in the green right now for Gravelt.
And she carries her speed nicely. Fatigue is starting to obviously set in, but she's still moving really nicely. It's so easy to really tie up. You can see again, her hips have come up. It does feel like you're skating through lava at this point in this race, but great race.
So Gravelt coming to the line and nearly losing her legs. She is in the green, takes the lead, 1:13.14 for Isabel Gravelt, knocking off Takagi off the leaderboard.
That's a big statement. Congratulations on a beautiful personal best. But she came to race today. Really fun pairing between these two women. Look at her lean, just like so nice and compact in that corner. And nothing is really, well, this is at the end, so of course that's a speed skater that's spent. But yes, you deserve a huge high five and a huge smile. Great personal best. She laid it all on the line.
The 7th duo in the women's 1,000 meters. Nadezhda Morozova of Kazakhstan. And on the outer lane, Erin Jackson, the 500-meter Olympic champion from Beijing 2022, the 33-year-old from Ocala, Florida. Jackson on the outer was 8th in the 1,000 last week in Salt Lake City, but was 2nd in both 500 meters. Morozova a little slow off the line. The opening 200 meters, Erin Jackson known for that top speed, especially off the starting line. And we'll see what that looks like after 200 meters. That time just about to come up on your screen. And it will be Jackson winning this opening 200 meters by 1/10 of a second. So 2 laps to go.
Erin is so fast. She's so quick. She's so sharp. She's a brilliant racer. Look at this. Oh, she's almost come out with too much speed. There was a little bit of a crossover wobble there. That's unfortunate for her have to kind of take her foot off the gas there. Nice little lean here, But that hurts, Signa, when you kind of get off of your rhythm there and your tempo changes ever so slightly.
So Jackson in recovery mode here and lost a ton of time.
Good corner entry. She's still trying to build her speed, of course. Takes the extra crossover. That's a champion's mindset. But certainly this last 200 is going to hurt.
See her rounding into that.
And Morozova just lays down the hammer.
Morozova with the advantage on the inner, coming across the line, so a little bit slower, 1:14.49, and Jackson sliding to 14th.
Jackson looked really sharp off the gun. Again, I mean, she's the Olympic champion in the 500 meter for a reason. Very, very smart, strong skater. Just unfortunate with that little crossover bobble there. Morozova had a great finishing 200 meter, but they were well off the pace, unfortunately.
3 more pairings to go. Femke Kok from the Netherlands. Personal best of 1:12.43. She's on the inner lane. And on the outer lane, Ryo Yamada of Japan was 6th in Salt Lake City last week in the 1,000 meters. Femke Kok last week brimming with confidence, of course, breaking the 500 meter world record. And Kok of the Netherlands is on the inner lane. Yamada on the outer, opening 200 meters, followed by 2 laps. And at the first interval, Femke Kok 6/10 in the green right now, 17.42.
Stand up, everyone. All right, her opener in Salt Lake City was 17.3. That is beautiful. Just so nice, long, low, and hard, all right? She has beautiful technique. Nothing is taking her off of her stride. I can only imagine how much confidence she has after having beaten that world record. This looks good, Signa. 2 arms on her back.
And it's the bell lap now. She was the Dutch champion this year at 1,000 meter at the national championships. Yamada struggling on the inner.
Is there going to be a crossover issue? Oh, they get hung up a little bit. Yamada's going to have to let up. Femke Kok, 2 arms on her back again in the 1,000 meter. Beautiful corner entry. She is absolutely on fire.
And coming towards this finishing line, does stretch out the arms. And across the line, yeah, 1:12.36.
1:12.
Just ahead of her personal best.
You have got to take confidence from a race like that. You know, I ask what people's ceilings are. I don't think we even know where Femke's is. She just keeps getting better. Such beautiful skating. Low, long. Nothing takes her off of her stride, all right? Nose, knees, toes. That's one of the first things that you're taught as a kid when you take up this sport. You want all of your body weight over your pushing leg. And she just makes that look like poetry. Congratulations. That was a great 1,000 meter.
The time to beat in the women's 1,000 meters set by Femke Kok, 1:12.36. What will this pairing have in store? It's Marit Flederis of the Netherlands, the 24-year-old, second at the Dutch Championships on the inner lane, and the world record holder in the 1,000 meters, 37-year-old Brittany Bowe, still going strong. She was 5th last week in Salt Lake City. American Brittany Bowe is on the outer lane. World record holder. Looked pretty good in Salt Lake City, and this is more fast ice for her to compete, but up against Flederis, this 24-year-old from the Netherlands, really even through 200 meters. Who's got the edge? Just a little bit. Brittany Bowe, a 10th off the pace set by Femke Kok.
Well, anytime Brittany Bowe goes 17.5, you got to clap. That is so awesome. She has looked so sharp this season. She is an ultimate champion of the sport, all right? Everyone respects her. Just has done so much for speed skating. Comes from inline and is so gritty. This is a fun race. Looking good, Signa.
And it's really neck and neck at this point right now. Flederis with a little bit of an edge over Bowe.
And Brittany, left arm is starting to move just a little bit. She's battling it out. Sometimes the harder you try, the slower you go, but both of these women know how to carry their speed, and they are not backing down from this challenge. This is a really fun race. Both of them look great.
Okay, we'll see what it is as they come towards the finish line. It'll be Flederis winning the pairing and off the mark in third place. So 1:13.33 for Merritt Flederis. So Femke Kok still in first place right now. It is 1-2-3 Netherlands in the women's 1,000 meters with one pairing to go.
Britt looks really, really good right now, as does Merritt. This was a fantastic pairing. It was a drag race right to the end. Both women said, no, we're not going to back down from this challenge. Looking really nice.
Introducing the 10th and final pairing in the inner lane.
Final pairing in the women's 1,000 meters, and it features Beatrice Lamarche, the big smile. Well, the 27-year-old from Quebec City just picked up the first World Cup podium of her career, third in Salt Lake City last week. And up against the champion from last week, it's Jutta Leerdam, the 26-year-old from the Netherlands. Lamarche of Canada is on the inner. It's Leerdam of the Netherlands on the outer. Lamarche, that bronze in the 1,000. First time a Canadian had been on the podium since 2012. A PB of 1:12.77. Looking good through 200 meters. And they're just a bit off the pace. 2/10 off. Lamarche just ahead.
What a beautiful corner, though, from Beatrice. That was almost a perfect corner entry. And you know what? What a cool pairing to be skating against Jutta Leerdam. She is not backing down from this, though. Great race, super aggressive. I love her body position right now. She's really found something in her stride the last few years, and she is not backing down from one of the best skaters in the world right now in Jutta Leerdam. Fantastic.
Leerdam in second place. Lamarche in fourth at this stage of the race. Into the bell lap now. Leerdam, the 10-time world championship medalist. Bronze the last 2 years in the 1,000 meters.
Both women looking good. Jutta looks a little bit tired, to be honest. Her tempo has slowed down just ever so slightly, and Beatrice Lamarche answering back. Signa
turning it over as they drive towards the line. It'll be Leerdam trying to get on the podium, just missing off. Fourth place, Lamarche into sixth, so it will be Femke Kok of the Netherlands taking this one. 1:12.36 was the winning time. That last pairing gave us a bit of drama, though.
My heart rate spiked. That was really fun. Jutta Leerdam, of course, is one of the greatest speed skaters in the world right now, all right? She is the biggest name. She's won it all. She's done it all. Of course, wants to win more in Milano Cortina. But the young Canadian, Beatrice Lamarche, answering back. Super exciting for Team Canada that they really have a competitor now in the 1,000 meters. But of course, Femke Kok.
Oh, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 Netherlands.
That was unbelievable. Dutch sweep in the 1,000 meter.
So Femke Kok, the winner, 1:12.36. Isabel Grevelt, 1:13.14. There's Femke Kok celebrating her victory in the 1,000 meters.
And she's really cemented herself as, I mean, she's always been a true contender, but I just feel like right now she has found something really special in her skating. sometimes you can just see people are a little light, and it just looks fun. That's how I'm interpreting her right now. It just looks fun, Signa. Fast is fun, and it's such a technical sport that, you know, when you're riding your blades and things are clicking, it's just like poetry.
Well, for Femke Kok today, just brimming with confidence. We talked about that, setting that 500-meter world record. 12-year-old record, but
yeah. First Dutch person to ever hold the 500-meter world record. I mean, that cements her legacy forever, in my opinion, but she just keeps getting better. This was a great 1,000.
So it's Kok, Gravelt, and Flederis. 1, 2, 3. Jutta Leerdam held off the podium after winning last week in Salt Lake City. And Beatrice Lamarche of Canada, 1:13.54. In terms of the World Cup standings, it will be Femke Kok taking over the lead from Jutta Leerdam. So a nice little battle back and forth within the country of the Netherlands. So familiar seeing that flag on top of the leaderboards.
And shout out to Marit Flederis too.
Yeah,
this is going to be very exciting.
You know, this is World Cup points, right? We're telling you, this Olympic season, and every country is battling for spots. And only 8 women, 8 men maximum per country can make it. So you got to be fast. You got to be consistent on the circuit to be under consideration, right?
Absolutely. It's always a, I think, a tough one for the Dutch, though. They're so good. There's so much depth from that country. And them sweeping the podium 1-4. What a showing today. Brittany Bowe in 5th. Nice little race from her. Beatrice Lamarche, 6th. With 70 some odd days to go to Milano Cortina.
We should have a countdown clock.
I know, it stresses me out though. It stresses me out.
Great look inside the Olympic Oval in Calgary. The men's 1,000 meters is on deck. Great atmosphere inside the Olympic Oval in Calgary for World Cup stop number 2 on the ISU Speed Skating World Cup. Men's 1,000 meters is up. And a look at the leaderboard of the World Cup standings after one 1,000 meter race. Jordan Stolz, familiar guy up top. Kjeld Naus just behind him. Ten pairings in the field. Laurent Dubreuil, Olympic medalist in the 1,000 meter, in pairing number 3. And then as we go down the order, look at pairing number 8, Anastasia. Yenning de Bow and Jordan Stolz. How about that one? I like that.
I think that might be one of the matchups of the day, Signa. We circled that one, let me tell you. It's going to be... It's just a gift to watch athletes of this caliber compete at any given time. But, yeah, Jordan Stolz and Yenning de Bow. It's a rivalry budding for, I think, years to come.
first pair in the men's 1,000 meters. From Hungary, Kim Min-suk, 2018 Olympic bronze medalist, formerly competing for Korea in the 1,500 meter. Oh Hyun-min of Korea, third in the 1,000 in the B group last week in Salt Lake City. They'll get the competition underway in the men's 1,000 meters. Off they go cleanly, the opening 200 meters. And this pairing will set the tone for this distance for the day.
Through 200 meters is O in the outer lane, who has the lead.
O and Kim. 16.79 for O through 200 meters.
O's going to get the opportunity to have a nice little draft here. 2 arms up. He goes, I'm not going to take anything off the gas, but absolutely putting that second arm up for efficiency. It's a little bit of a new technique. We saw it kind of start to creep up in the 1,500 meter a few years ago. Now people in the 1,000 meter are doing it.
1 lap to go. It was O just ahead of Kim at that interval.
Both these men did 107 mids last week, and they were well off the podium. That just shows you how deep this competition is, all right? That it was unbelievable. I mean, I think there was 11 men under a 107.0 last week.
Well, Kim takes the pairing, 108.17, so off the pace that their personal best pace anyway.
O had a nice corner position there. Could really tell that they were obviously pumping the tempo, building those corners, but yes, I believe that will be well off the pack.
Belgium's Matthias Voste, a 31-year-old veteran on the circuit, takes the inner lane. And from Germany, Hendrik Dombeck. He was second in the 1,000 in Group B last week in Salt Lake City.
Go to the start. Ready.
And a false start.
False start, inner lane. Let's take a look at this a little bit closer. You have to be completely still on the line. If someone false starts, both athletes are penalized, but you do get another opportunity. If someone else false starts, you are disqualified from the race.
So Voste and Dombeck will go back to the line. Check their adrenaline, which might have been released after that false start, and reset.
Full start play on table. Go to the start.
Belgium's Voste on the inner, and it's Dombeck of Germany on the outer. Away cleanly this time. 200 meters followed by 2 laps around the Calgary Olympic Oval.
Both skaters on great weekends last World Cup in Salt Lake City.
Voste on the inner was 16th in the 1,000 in Salt Lake City. Both of them in the green right now at this stage of the race.
Dombeck's going to have the opportunity to get a nice little draft here. You got to think, oh, come on, that was a thing of beauty. Beautiful draft. Such a gift, especially in the 1,000 meter. He does have an amazing finishing lap, Signa. That's really what I'm looking out for. Strong first lap.
So both in the lead right now. Dombeck with
No break.
the edge right here. Voste looking like that chicken wings hanging out a little bit.
Yeah, that left arm is a little bit of a tell of fatigue, but of course it's okay to feel fatigue right now because lactic is pumping. Look how close Voste was to the pucks, though. Dombeck really lengthening out.
And Dombeck across the line in first, 107.64.
I think that was pretty solid, to be honest. 107.64, just off of his personal best. He did that last week in Salt Lake City. From what we've kind of seen from the times, I think that was pretty solid. Really nice corners. Driving everything again. Nothing really was taking him off his push. It's so easy to start flailing everything when you have that much lactic in your body, but gritty performance.
In the third pairing, in the inner lane from
In this pairing, in the men's 1,000 meters, it is Laurent Dubreuil of Canada from Lévis, Quebec, the two-time Olympian, silver medalist in the 1,000 in Beijing 2022.
Germany, it's Maurice Klein.
Germany's Moritz Klein is on the outer lane, also a Beijing Olympian. He was 15th in the 1,000 meter in Salt Lake City last week. Dubreuil on the inner lane for Canada had a really great 200 meters in Salt Lake City and then had a bit of a crossover issue
Speed's about to break loose.
and had to slow down.
This
Looking good here.
This looks nice.
Opening 200 meters, 16:05. Come on.
I was thinking we were going to maybe see a 15.9, but holy, he can skate a corner, can he not? Takes that extra crossover. He is flying, Signa. Just keeping it nice and long, very sharp. I love how Laurent Dubreuil skates, of course. Larry Dubb, such a champion, and this is a great pair.
1 lap to go. Dubreuil in the green by 0.6 of a second.
Really, really strong first lap. He is going to have the, oh!
Nearly falls.
Hand down, that hurts, Signa. He's going to get a little opportunity to draft, but oh, hand on the quad too.
Oh,
That's an absolute hitting of the wall experience, unfortunately.
he was on one up until that point in time. So it'll be Klein coming across in second, and Dubreuil, who might have taken the lead had it not been for that little slip up on the back straight.
I need to
Get
see
another
a
replay.
That's unfortunate. What a 600 meter split from Larry Dubb. We do expect that from him. He's so fast. Oh, that was a great save too. Gosh, that almost looked like a figure skating move. Hand down pivot. We're not in short track, but what a save from Laurent Dubreuil. Just, it's so difficult. It's nearly impossible to recover from that, unfortunately.
In the inner lane from China, it's Lian Xuen.
Lian Xuen of China won the 1,000 B group last week in Salt Lake City, the first World Cup stop of the season. And Japan's Taiyo Nonomura is on the outer lane. Finished 13th in the 1,000 meter in Salt Lake City.
To the start. Ready.
2.5 laps around the Olympic Oval in Calgary. Nonomura of Japan is on the outer. Lian on the inner from China. Through 200 meters. Lian's got the edge, 3/10 in the green at this stage.
I really like how Lian skates. Just everything is moving forward. Love his knee angle. Nice and long, and you really can see that he's relaxing it out. He's not taking anything away from his aggression, but he's just allowing his skates to do the work. Nice little dance in the corner. Known for really nice 600 meter split. That's the thing of beauty, Signa.
24:33 the lap time.
And he goes over the top. That is jet fuel for motivation. He's going, all right, I know I'm on one. tying up a little bit. You can see that his hips have risen, but he's still turning it over. This is great.
So is Leanne going to go in the lead here? It's looking good. And at the line, yes, 106.73. That's a personal best.
Hey, that'll work. That will work. 106.73. After 4 pairs, yeah, that's absolutely worth a big high five. Looked strong after the gun, got really nice and down into position, and then just drove his hips, drove his knees, really kept everything moving. Nothing again was moving inefficiently. Nice race from Leanne.
In the fifth pairing, in the inner lane from the United States of America.
Pairing number 5 sees Connor McDermott-Mistowie of the United States. He was 11th at Salt Lake City. And from Poland, the 26-year-old Marek Kania.
Go to the start.
And a false start. See who that's against. It will be against Kania on the outer lane.
Full start outer lane, towards the line. Go to the start.
So Kania of Poland will reset on that outer lane. Connor McDermott-Mistowie of the United States is on the inner lane. It's Marek Kania of Poland on the outer. We just saw the time laid down by Leanne Jiwen, 106.73. Looking good through 200 meters. Kania's just a 10th off.
And he's going to have the opportunity to chase down Connor now. Kania has these long strides. Beautiful, beautiful draft there. Takes the corner entry nice and wide and then really hugs that corner. That is so difficult, especially for a man of his size going this fast. Beautiful first lap.
Sitting in 3rd position right now, 3rd and 4th for Kania and McDermott-Mistowie.
Kania still really pumping that arm. He's trying to combat the fatigue, and you can absolutely see hips are up just a little bit, but he's still turning it over, still pushing to the side. What a drag race.
And right to the finish line it is. Kania coming in 3rd position for now, 107.51. 2/10 off his personal best. So Leanne's time, 106.73, still standing up.
Halfway through the men's 1,000 meters.
I really like how Connor skates as well. Marek, nice little race here. Connor tried to answer back right at the finish line. It was a gritty race.
In the 6th pairing, in the inner lane from the Netherlands, it's Joop.
In this 1,000 meter pairing, it is Joop Venemars of the Netherlands. The reigning world champion from Hamar, Norway last year in the 1,000 meter. And in the outer lane, Cooper McLeod from the United States, who had a massive world championships last year, just finishing off the podium in the 1,000, but was the bronze medalist in the 500. This is a great duo right here. Venemars is on the inner, McLeod is on the outer. Identical personal bests of 107.01. And how will this opening 200 meters shake out? Will it show us the outcome of this race? nearly even. McLeod 1/10 off. Venemar's 6/100ths.
This is fun, Signa. Okay, first and foremost, I just gotta say it. It is fun to watch Joop Venemar skate. You gotta see his, of course, father in his stride. I mean, one of the greatest of all time, Urban. They have a very similar arm swing. This is fun speed skating. This is going to be a drag race. Gorgeous first laps from both men.
So McLeod looking good at 10th off. Venemar's in the green, and he's going to get a draft too.
Nice drop. Cooper looks good. I thought that left arm was starting to wiggle a little bit, but he puts it on his back, and both men have rock solid positions with 50 meters to go.
Driving it to the line, the time to beat 106.73. You betcha. Both of them in the green. It's Venemar's taking the lead, 106.44. That's a PB.
That is a big, big statement race. 6/10 faster than what he did in Salt Lake City last week. Yeah, Ryan Shimabukaro as well. Huge fist pump for Cooper. This was a fun pairing, okay? It was a drag race right from the get-go. And both men just holding their technique so well through fatigue. Joop, nice little drive to the line, shoots the line, big personal best. He's just a fun athlete to watch.
Well, the world champion is on top right now, 106.44. Joop Venemars. What can this pairing put forward? Martin Leave of Estonia, two-time Olympian. 7th last week in Salt Lake City in the 1,000 meter. And Ryota Kojima of Japan. Some solid results. Very consistent top 10 finisher on World Cup. He's on the outer lane. And 200 meters to start off this race. It's 2.5 laps around the track. Leave of Estonia, veteran on the circuit, through 200 meters, just a 10th off the pace.
I really like how Leave skates. I just wish that left arm was a little bit more quiet. And that's me being picky, but anything that's moving is a little bit inefficient, right? You want all of your body weight on your pushing leg, and that left arm is just having a little too much movement for me. But he gets so much pressure. He's so fast. Nice little opening lap.
Leave 6, Kojima 7th at this stage of the race. Kojima now on the inner.
Kojima looking really nice and dynamic. Moving just a little bit more freely than Leave, but Leave again playing it smart, takes the draft, and he's going to have an opportunity to just close that gap. Here we go with 50 meters to go.
Leave driving towards the line, and the time, 4th place, 107.22.
You know what I always am surprised about is how quickly 1 minute and 7 seconds goes by on the couch and how long it feels on the old speed skating oval. That was not a smile, it was a grimace. He's full of that lactic acid, but I think that was a really solid race.
This pairing, well, if you like theater, you got a front row seat. Jenning de Boo of the Netherlands. And on the outer lane, Jordan Stolz of the United States. Both 21-year-olds, both exciting stars to watch, to put it mildly. Jordan Stolz on the outer lane for the United States, winner last week in Salt Lake City. Can he make it 2 in a row? Trying to put down a pace here, but he's against Yenning DeBow, who was 3rd in the 1,000 meters last week in Salt Lake City. And even so far here right now, and it might be DeBow with a slight edge.
Beautiful opener, 15.9. Come on, you got to stand up for that. Such beautiful angles. Yenning just riding his blades so well here, and Jordan Stolz, you can't sleep on him. I mean, in my opinion, he's 20 years ahead of the times. He has absolutely rewritten the rules of this sport, but this is a good matchup, Signa.
DeBow in front right now, 24.07 lap.
Unbelievable, and he's going to have an opportunity to really chase down Jordan here. What is going to happen? 2 arms down. He's tightening up, Signa.
Both men gritting it out here as they drive towards this finish line. DeBow is out of gas. Does Stolz have anything left in the tank?
Wow.
Stolz coming from behind, and he takes the pairing. It's 106 even for Jordan Stolz. Yenning DeBow tied up just at the end, but look at how close that is, 1/10.
Oh, wow. This rivalry is going to be absolute theater for years to come. Both these men, 21 years old, and they put on a show for us every single time they go to the line. That was so fun. Yenning, unfortunately, did tie up. I don't know if he just got too excited. I mean, I certainly would get too excited if I was that close to that man right there, but what a pair. And I know that Yenning DeBow is going to go back, look at the video, and go, oh, I can go so much faster. Great race.
2 pairings remaining. On the inner lane, Damian Jurek of Poland, personal best of 106.02 against a really exciting talent, 18 years of age from Germany. It's Finn Sonnekolb. Sonnekolb in 2025, who's on the outer lane, 3 gold medals, the men's all around, the 1,000, the 1,500 meter at the World Junior Championships, kind of mirroring what Jordan Stolz does. But look at Jurek, who's on fire right now. He was 2nd last week in Salt Lake City. He's looking really smooth, Anastasia. 3 100s off the pace.
So smooth. I love how he skates his corners. He just has such a little dance, all right? As soon as he puts his foot down in the corner, instant pressure. And he's really driving his knees. He's hugging that corner. That is so difficult to do with this speed. Everything is going to the side.
Bell lap now. Jurek, 9 100s off the pace. He's got to keep it up if he wants to land on the podium. And of course, this last lap is always the hardest, isn't it?
It is. And, you know, he's got a big assignment ahead of him. He has tied up, absolutely fatigued, but he's still trying to turn it over, still trying to move everything forward. Takes the extra crossover.
Jurek of Poland trying to get on the podium. No, he won't. 106.90.
Great finishing lap for Sonnekolb. Big shout out for him. But Zurich is he's exciting to me.
The Polish team.
The whole Polish team I'm so excited for. But Zurich just so strong off the line. He gets down and skates. It's so easy, especially in the sprints, to just try a little too hard. And the harder you try, often the slower you go. I think that's what happened a little bit with about 300 meters to go here. Again, that can happen to anyone, but he's going to be a really exciting player this year, especially at the Olympics.
Final pairing. Will the podium of Jordan Stolz, Yenning DeBow, or Joep Vendemars be disrupted by this final pairing? Ning Zhongyan of China is on that inner lane. And on the outer lane, Tim Prins of the Netherlands. Ning, a World Championship silver medalist in Calgary in 2024. He's on that inner lane, loves the ice here. And Prinz also looked good in Calgary at the World Championships in 2024, was 5th in the 1,000. So this is a great final pairing. Last one that can do anything to disrupt that podium. Opening 200 meters, followed by 2 laps around the Calgary Olympic Oval. And Prinz looks really good through 200 meters right now. 3/10 off the pace, but his strength comes later.
Very nice. I mean, I think Tim Prinz has just such a beautiful future. And Ning has so much momentum right now. This is a man with very little drop-off, all right? So sometimes he's not the fastest after 600 meters, but he is not going to die in that last lap. So that is my big question. How much can Ning hold on with 400 meters to go?
Right now, they're off the pace.
They
need to pick it up in this final lap.
Prinz still nice and long in his strides. You can tell on his face that fatigue has certainly set in. His tempo has just slowed down ever so slightly, but again, quality over quantity, Signa.
And crossing the line in 7th did make up a little bit of time, but no, that podium is going to stay the same. It will be Jordan Stolz back-to-back 1,000-meter wins on the World Cup circuit, Salt Lake City and here in Calgary. What a matchup, though. What a matchup.
What a matchup.
Jordan Stolz against Yenning DeBow. That was something else. Let's go through this race, too, before we get to that. But Prinz versus Ning.
Yeah, and it was just ever so slightly off. Both men, obviously have beautiful, beautiful futures ahead of them. But I think Tim Prinz and Ning certainly know that they can go faster than that, unfortunately. There's Jordan Stolz's parents. I can't even imagine, hey, being a parent of just such an ultimate
phenom.
champion at 21 years old. He really has rewritten the rules of this sport. I affectionately say, it's almost like before and after Usain Bolt. Like, what he is doing, we never believed possible. He's birthed so many dreams. As is that man right there for Canadians. The greatest sprinter since Jeremy Weatherspoon. Had a little slip, unfortunately, and that's just nearly impossible to come back from in any race. But the 1,000-meter at that top speed is just, it makes your legs feel like cement blocks pretty quickly.
Joop Venemar's a personal best. Wasn't enough today. Good enough for 3rd place, though.
Nice bounce back for him. As he was 9th in Salt Lake City with a 1:07.01. That is just how deep the men's 1,000-meter competition is right now. And you gotta think it is because of that man just pulling everyone along. Jordan Stolz, it's the Stolz show. You might be hearing us say that a lot in Milano Cortina, but Yenning DeBow certainly.
Just 1/10 there, just 1/10. And Joop Venemar is the world champion at 1,000 in 3rd place. Cooper McLeod again just knocking on the door in 4th. Oh, the ice is being resurfaced right now. The Calgary Olympic Oval. Jordan Stolz drinking in his latest victory. And has the upper hand on the World Cup standings so far this season.
Saturday, we will also recognize Organizing Committee Calgary as they are inducted into the Speed Skating Canada Hall of Fame at 12:15 p.m. Speed Skating Canada and World Cup merchandise is sold on the 3rd floor, so don't forget to visit Nagano
women's 1,000 meter medalists. It's a trio of Netherlands skaters. Marit Flederis earning the bronze medal in the distance.
Our future speed skating athletes, two of them from the Calgary Speed Skating Association, Benjamin Kim and Lucas Kim.
And the white hat, of course,
You gotta love it.
Signature at the Calgary World Cup.
You look great. You gotta love a white cowboy hat if you're skating in Calgary.
Isabel Gravel, it's a huge moment for her. Again, very competitive team in the Netherlands, and will some consistent performances like that elevate her to maybe the Milano Cortina Olympics?
A huge personal best here today. You gotta think that that's just jet fuel for motivation and confidence.
In first place, and the gold medalist, representing the Netherlands, Femke Kok.
Femke Kok, the champion at 1,000 meters today, will get her own white hat. But first, the real prize, that gold medal. Well, maybe it's up for debate. I don't know. They look pretty happy to get those white cowboy hats.
I think she should be very happy right now. She is skating so well, on top of the world. Again, breaking that 500-meter world record, 12 years in the making. It's fun. It's fun to watch her skate. It's fun to watch all these women skate. Great 1,000-meter competition today.
These young speed skaters, what a moment for them as well. Getting their pictures taken. What a hoot.
Here's Femke with Gilmore Jr. doing the in-house entertainment.
All right, we have their winner, Femke, who broke the 500-meter world record last weekend. Big win here today. How are you feeling the rest of the season, especially heading to the Olympics?
I'm really happy with my life. But I'm also looking forward to the rest of the season because that's the most important.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be cheering you on. There'll be a lot of eyes on you. Give it up for the winner, Femke Kok. Stand by. We'll be going to the men's 1,000-meter medal ceremony coming up.
They're all wearing
Medal ceremony for the ISU World Cup men's 1,000 meters.
Next up, men's 1,000 meter medal ceremony.
Representing the Netherlands, Joop Venemars.
Joop Venemars from the Netherlands, the world champion at 1,000 meters today, held the time for a little bit, ending up with the bronze medal.
Presented by Richard Lalaberte, Chief Operating Officer of Savante.
Nice personal best today. You got to think that he felt really nice. That was a bounce back from Salt Lake City.
Calgary Civil Hospitality.
Again, we've spoken of just about the depth of the 1,000 meter in the men's side. On any given day, it could be anyone on the podium. But this man certainly says, no, 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 I'm going to consistently be there. What a race between him and Stoles.
Yenning DeBow with the silver medal today. Excellent performance by him, third in Salt Lake, so moves up a spot on the podium.
In first place and the gold medalist, representing the United States of America, Jordan Scott.
But for the second week in a row, it is Jordan Stoles of the U.S. as his parents look on. But what a great pairing that was. Stoles versus DeBow, and you have to think maybe we might see that a few times. It's just 21 years of age, these two stars.
I think we're going to at least see it for a few years to come. That's my conservative guess. What a gift it is to watch both of these men be at the top of their game, but I don't think we even know where their ceiling is right now, Signa.
But you're right about the depth of the field in the men's 1,000 meters. On full display here today. Stoles, DeBow, Venemars.
All right, we're here with Jordan Stones, the winner of the next 1,000 meter. You continue to win. I think everyone is wondering, how do you do it? I don't know, just feeling good. Last week I was good, this week I was What's the goal for the rest of the season? Just compete as much as I can, get training in. All right, give it up one more time for Jordan Stones. 2.5 minutes to the start of racing.
Look back at that men's 1,000 meters. And Joop Venemars. And then this pairing where it was all decided.
That's just a little hint of what's to come, I think. They are going to continue to push each other. Both these men, so much respect between the two of them, but yes, I do believe that there's a very friendly rivalry there. Gosh, watching Jordan in the corners, it's just like I need to watch it back 4 or 5 times because it's so hard to critique perfection. It's so good how fast all of these men are skating right now. You know, I retired, I can't even believe this, 8 years ago, and some of these times I'll admit it, I think so many people agree. It's hard to go, I cannot believe how fast they're going. It's as if there's a new era coming for long track speed skating, and it's very fun. It's optimistic, it's bright, the future's bright, and it's quick.
2 minutes to the start of racing.
The women's 3,000 meters is coming up at the second stop of the ISU Speed Skating World Cup Tour. Joy Byrne leading the way right now in terms of the World Cup standings after one race. Taking that. Valerie Malte of Canada was second last week. And Regna Viklund looking very strong as usual. Has been in the long distance standings leader for I think the last 4 years running on World Cup. So a very deep field as well in the 3,000. We talked about the depth in the men's 1,000 meter, but this women's 3K is, I don't know, a little too close to call. Not our job to do that though. We'll let the racing speak for itself. In the first pairing of the day, Laura Hall of Canada, born in Salmon Arm, BC, the 23-year-old, now living in Calgary. She was 13th last week in Salt Lake City. Ksenia Korzova, individual neutral athlete, 21 years of age. Was in the B division last week, finished third in the 3K. Off they go, 7.5 laps around the track at the Calgary Olympic Oval.
I love that off of the gun, Julie Wang, of course, one of the ultimate coaches of all time of this sport, was coaching Team Canada for a million years, went over to Team China, now she's back with Team Canada. You could hear her say, skate, skate. And when I was chatting with Laura Hall, she said, you know what, I'm loving being coached by Julie, and we're really focusing on my technique. She said, I just can't wrestle the ice as much as I have in the past. I'm really trying to lengthen and really relax into my stride, just allow my body to be a little bit more fluid. And we're seeing that. I mean, at 22 years old, my big question is, what is her ceiling? And I don't think that we have any clue. She's got a very bright future. Both of these women do.
Korzova in front right now. And we'll see what those lap times are at the intervals, and keeping it consistent, as I've learned from you, Anastasia, over the years of calling speed skating.
Well, Laura actually said that too. She said, you know, I'd used to go out and I'd just go as fast as I could, and then I'd kind of die off at the end. This is a 7.5 lap race, Signa, to your point. So she said, I really want to go out there and have 5 or 6 solid laps. So lap times are absolutely integral. When you're approaching a 3K, you have that conversation with your coaches and you kind of settle into where you want to be skating. And I think this is a great pairing for Laura Hall. Korzova looking very nice here. At only 21, she has a very bright future as well.
Korzova right now in the lead, keeping her lap times to under 31 seconds. Korzova, huge personal best for her in the 3,000 last week. Again, mentioned that she was in the B division, but she went under 4 minutes, 3:59.95.
She has a nice little dance in the corner. You can see her tempo does change, taking that extra crossover. You make all of your speed in the corners in long track speed skating because you are combating the G-force, so you're getting even more pressure into the ice. She does that very well.
3 laps to go. 31.27 the lap time for Korzova. Laura Hall, not too bad, 31.49, still has her in sight in this first pairing of 8.
Still hugging those corners nicely, and she gets that immediate pressure. I love that her straightaways are really relaxed. You can see that her stride is starting to shorten up just a little bit, and you're seeing that now in her lap time. It is creeping up. And that left arm, Signa, that's a little bit of a tell. Okay, it is go time here. Fatigue has started to set in, so now you really just have to rely on that technique, and it's so difficult to keep the technique when you're this fatigued.
So Korozova coming to the line. The bell lap for both athletes. Laura Hall trying to keep her in sight.
That left arm, absolutely. It's just that dance has become a little bit slower, all right? It was a tango for a little bit, and now it's a slow dance. But Korozova, again, gritty race for both of these women. Still trying to turn it over, still absolutely drive into that line after 7 laps.
So Korozova will win this opening pairing and lay down the time of the day, 4:01.74. And Laura Hall, 4:03.7.
Laura has been really consistent in some racing, and that excites me because when I see consistency, I think, hey, you're building. You're building. You're building that foundation for a breakthrough. It's also sometimes hard to be the first pair in a World Cup, if I'm being honest. The energy has just slightly changed. You know, you're just coming off of a flood. The bright lights are on. Laura Hall has a beautiful future.
In the second pairing, in the inner lane from the Netherlands, it's
Marijke Groenewold of the Netherlands. 6-time world championship medalist, 5 of those gold. Very renowned in the mass start against the 33-year-old individual neutral athlete, Marina Zueva. Was in the B finals last week in Salt Lake City and finished 2nd in the 3K. Groenewold raced the 3,000 last week, but was 12th. Again, just starting out this season, so maybe not what we expect of her, per se, but we know that Groenewold has that engine.
Absolutely. Both of these women do. I mean, Zueva, admittedly, we have not seen her for a few years, but she's got that inline background. She's got a cycling background. She's got a big engine, just as Marijke Groenewold does. And both these women are competitors. I really like how Marijke skates. This looks super nice and relaxed. Nice little light dance in the corner. She looks so light on her feet right now. Takes that extra crossover and then is just lengthening it out and relaxing in the straightaways.
6 laps to go. Groenewold in the green at this stage, 30.35 the lap time.
Very nice and relaxed again. Laser focus. Great corner entry, and she's right on the pucks at that apex. Taking that extra crossover again. You really want to build your speed and then carry it into the straightaway. Straightaways are for a little bit of recovery, and she's anchored herself 30.3, 30.4. That's nice, Signa.
Groenewold last year on the World Cup standings was 7th in the long distance standings, 1st in the mass start. Of course, lots of marathon skating.
She's so good in a pack. Very, very solid tactics. She's got a nice little rivalry and friendship with Evanie Blondin, who's of course a Canadian mass start specialist too. Well, Evanie is good at it all, but it's so fun to see them battle it back and forth. A little bit of a drop off there. That concerns me just a tad, to be honest.
So 31.4 the lap time. We'll try and grab a little bit of a draft. Zueva, as you mentioned, that cycling background, the experience in inline skating isn't going to go down easily in this 3K pairing.
And we just saw a grimace on Marijke's face.
32-second lap, and Zueva, that lap, 31.24.
I don't know if Marijke just went a little too fast. I mean, 30.3, 30.4, it looked good to me. It looked nice and relaxed, but certainly she has dropped off from those anchoring laps. And Zueva's moving her body really nicely now. Fatigue has started to settle in, but she still has a little bit of that tempo change. She's using her body weight nicely.
2 laps to go, and still in the 31 second lap time range for Zueva.
Her hips have come up. She's certainly not skating as low as we saw a few laps ago. But I still appreciate that she is pushing down. When you start to fatigue, when the lactic starts to build, it's so difficult to just continue the pressure into the ice, and she's doing a great job of combating that. Nice dynamic arm swing. The left is starting to move a little bit, but she's still doing a good job to keep herself in it.
Just what you want to hear, the bell lap right now. So both athletes in 32-second range in that final lap. It's hurting.
She goes over the top of Gronewald, and she's going to have the opportunity to end on this inner corner, just trying to keep her legs moving. Still hugging that corner. That's great tactics. It's something that's so often overlooked, but she is driving to the line, Signa.
Zueva trying to beat the time set by her teammate, 4:01.74. Not going to do it. She'll be in second place. 4:02.12 for Marina Zueva. Gronewald in third right now. There's plenty of talent down the order here. We'll see times probably in the 3:55 range maybe today.
In pairing number 3 in the inner lane from Japan,
Momoka Horikawa, 22 years of age. We knew big things were going to come for this athlete after 2 top 10 finishes at the 2023 World Championships, not to mention a World Junior title. Up against a 19-year-old from China, Tai Jian. Really impressive debut at the World Championships last year in Hamar, Norway, where they were 7th in the 5K. So this is a great pairing in the women's 3,000 meters. Horikawa, who started on the inner, was 10th in the 3K in Salt Lake City.
This is going to be a great little pairing. I love how Tai skates. I love how Horikawa skates. And look at this game of cat and mouse right off the bat, eh? That's fun. She takes the draft. She says, I have 6 more laps to skate, so thanks for that gift. Again, a draft really feels like if you're playing Mario Kart, right? And you just ever so slightly go up behind someone and you get slingshotted out. It's real life Mario Kart. It's a real gift, especially in a 3,000 meter. Tai, nice start, 30.4. She's here to play.
Tai 11th in the 3,000 in Salt Lake a week ago.
Both women looking very efficient here. Horikawa, I really like how she just kind of has like, I want to say her technique is almost like a little ball, all right? It's so clinical. She puts on a show. Nothing moves. It's not inefficient. In fact, it is the antithesis of inefficient. It's very efficient. Both women dropping a little bit from their anchor laps. Might have gone out just a little fast, and they said, no, let me find my stride a little bit more here. Tai, nice build out of those corners, taking that extra crossover and slingshotting. Gorgeous, Signa.
1,400 meter mark of this 3,000. So 4 laps to go. 31.11 for Tai on that lap. So in third at this stage of the race.
Tai still using her body weight so well. You can see her going from her outside edge into her inside edge. She always has pressure going into the ice. Only 1 foot on the ice at any given time. If you're seeing skaters skate with 2 feet on the ice, that's inefficient. It adds to the friction. And this is a consistent race for both these women. And she takes the draft again. Horikawa doing a lot of work for Tai here.
Tai with some good strategy. This young Chinese skater aiming for their first Olympics this year, and with performances like this and that 7th place at the World Championships last year in the 5K, been pretty good.
Still nice dynamic corner exits. That is so difficult when you're this fatigued, but look at her. She says, you know what, I still have a little more and I am going to attack this lap, Signa. Skating right on the blocks, and she still takes that extra crossover, still nice and long, using her body weight. That left arm is telling me she's a little tired, but she deserves it because this has been good.
Bell lap and only a 10th off the pace right now, so Ty's got to get on it. Could take over the lead from Korazova. 4:01.74 was what was laid down.
Really nice fight from Ty here. Great corner entry, and she's still trying to move her feet. She says, I know I'm on a good one. Let's bring it home.
Coming down the final straight. Ty coming to the finish line. What's it going to be? It's going to be the lead. 4 even.
Gorgeous. Nice little personal best for Ty today. Yeah, that deserves a high five. Good job. Great racing. Nice future for Ty. Great little track pattern as well. Very simple race. She kind of just tried to keep it consistent. Kept on her stride for as long as she could. She was very gritty. I think she knew she was on a good one with a few laps to go and went, no, let's put down the hammer. Great race.
So the new leader, Tai Xian of China. In this pairing, Nadezhda Morozova of Kazakhstan takes to the inner lane. Sandrine Tass of Belgium is on the outer lane. Tass coming off a decent result in Salt Lake City where she was 9th in the 3K.
I really love how Morozova skates. I just like her body position. She's so low. Her stride is so long. And that was a nice little opening.
So 7.5 laps, so that first 200 meters looking pretty good, under 20 seconds.
Super efficient on her blades. Again, you really can see her go in that outer edge, go back into the inner edge. She's using all of her body weight to propel herself forward. Nothing is moving. Sandrine Tass here.
So Morozova going out pretty quick.
Yes.
30.39.
That's like, okay.
She already skated the 1,000 meter today already too,
Yeah.
so, you know, obviously has a lot of gas in the tank, at least right now. Long race.
Looks good so far, though, with a minute and 15 down. Really, really nice long strides. Just efficient. She doesn't do anything all that wild. She just skates her own race, skates the way that her body is naturally moving. It doesn't look like she muscles it. You know, as I've said, the harder you try, the slower you go often in speed skating, especially in the sprints. But in the 3,000 meter, again, it has just gotten so fast that you have to go out strong. You go out strong and you try to anchor yourself, but Morozova looking very nice here.
Right now, both athletes in the green at this stage of the race. Morozova, slightly slower lap time that time around. Tass picking up the pace. And Morozova, look at that, just tucking in behind, grabbing the draft.
Sandrine Tass, of course, you can see she's not skating her corners with any arm swing. kind of comes from short track. That's been a short track technique for a long, long, long time, and it has just made its way over to long track. Skaters feel like they can still get more of their body weight into the corners. Again, it's all about weight to power ratio. How much power can you get into the ice? Sometimes when you watch a hockey skater or a figure skater, you know, they'll take more strides, of course, but with these blades being 16.5 inches to 17.5 inches long, less is more, quality over quantity, and both these women looking very nice at this stage of the game.
2 laps to go. Morozova, a slight edge over Sandrine Tass of Belgium.
Takes the draft again, Signa.
Now take a break when you can.
Absolutely. I mean, that's good cat and mouse skating. Again, Morozova looking really nice. She has gotten a little bit higher than, of course, we saw her start this race, but with 400 meters to go, that makes sense.
Wow, coming into the bell lap now. 2.5 seconds in the green right now, Morozova. So Nadezhda Morozova of Kazakhstan trying to lay down a time here for the rest of the field to chase.
I think she's gonna do it. She's looked good since the gun, and she is fatigued, but she takes that extra crossover. So gritty.
Morozova digging those skates into the ice, and at the line, it's 3:58.03.
That is a complete tie to her personal best. That's a fantastic race for Morozova. Yes, big thumbs up, big high five. Great, great race. That was a fun little pairing. Great game of cat and mouse, great tactics. Morozova rock solid in her technique, and she's just gritty. Again, once you start to fatigue, it is so easy for your technique to start falling apart. She did a great job of combating that. Really like how she skates. Congrats.
So Morozova, 3:58.03. Tass into second place.
In the fifth pairing, in the inner lane from the Netherlands, it's Bente.
In this pairing, in the women's 3,000 meters, Bente Kirchhoff, 23 years of age, at the recent Dutch trials was second in the 3,000. Against the multidisciplinarian, it's Yvonne Blondin, the 35-year-old from Ottawa. 3-time Olympian, 2-time Olympic medalist from Beijing. 17 World Championship medals. Kirchhoff is on the inner lane. 7.5 laps around the track. Blondin on the outer lane. Kirchhoff was 7th in Salt Lake City a week ago. Blondin was 8th, trying to climb up a bit higher here, and they saw a really solid time put down by Nadezhda Morozova, 3:58.03.
Even he's going for it. You gotta love a 19.7 opener in a 3,000 meter, and she says, no, I will go over the top of you, Bente Kirchhoff. I mean, Evany just is such a technician. She is so efficient with her body weight. When I say riding your blades, I mean, that's a beautiful shot right there, and then goes to her outside edge, right onto her inside edge. Of course, she comes from short track. She made her money there when, she was a junior, switched over to long track in and around London 2012, Vancouver 2010, excuse me. And she's one of the greatest Canadian speed skaters of all time. She can do it all. She can race a 3K. She can race a 1,500 meters. She can race a mass start, a team pursuit.
Just a team sprint. I mean, you name it.
She's so talented, and she's so gritty.
31.43, the lap time. And the grittiness. And that's what you'll see as this race progresses in the 3K.
You just heard someone say long and low. That is the name of the game. You want to be pushing to the side, but you also want to be pushing down into the ice. That is how you make all of your speed. Evany anchoring a little bit slower than some of the others. We know we saw a few women go out with 30.4, 30.5 laps. But
4
again,
laps to go now.
she's such a smart racer. She knows herself. She knows her body. She also has her eyes on the prize for February.
Going to her 4th Olympic Games, potentially, Yvonne Blondin. Keeping an eye on this lap time coming up here. 31.35, a little bit better from Blondin. Still 7th at this stage of the race.
She is starting to lay down the hammer. You can tell that she's putting a little pep in her step, all right? I'm going to say that those strides are a bit saucier than the first few laps, but you gotta love it. You love that little tempo change. Give me a dance in the corner, Yvonne. Extra crossover. Again, corners, corners, corners. That's where you get all your speed in this sport. And Yvonne is battling this fatigue with 2 laps to go. This has been a very consistent race for her.
31.52, the latest lap time for Yvonne Blondin. The last World Championships brought home 3 medals for Canada. Silver in the mass start and the team sprint, bronze in the team pursuit.
Good track pattern there, of course. She knows how to skate a corner coming from short track.
At the bell lap right now, Blondin, some work to do, but she's clawed her way back into 3rd position. 31.63, Kerkhoff off the pace.
Nice fight from Blondin there. You see her coach, Remmelt Eldering, giving her lap time. You can see she's trying to find that extra gear right here, right now. Nice dance in the corner.
Blondin on the finishing straight here with the crowd beside her, urging her on. Yvonne Blondin of Ottawa across the line in 3rd position for even .42. So 3rd position for Yvonne Blondin at this stage.
We spoke to Yvonne, of course, before this weekend, and we said, hey, how'd Salt Lake go? And she said, there's here and there improvements, but I think this was a really solid race for her. Of course, she always wants to be on the podium. I'm not certain if this time is going to hold up. We have a few big pairs coming after her, but that was a solid and quite consistent 3K. Lots of grit, lots of fight at the end. I think there's a lot of positives to take out of that. Yeah.
Pairing number 6 in the women's 3,000 meters. Joy Beunen from the Netherlands, fresh off of personal best in the 3K, winning in Salt Lake City. And Francesca Lollobrigida, the 34-year-old from Rome, getting set for her home Olympic Games in Milano Cortina. Came up with a 4th place finish in the 3K last week in Salt Lake City.
Ready.
Beunen on that inner lane. Off to a great start this season. Personal best, as I mentioned, in the 3,000 and in the 1,500 meter in Salt Lake City. But it was Hamar, Norway last year at the World Championships. 3 gold medals, 1,500, 3K, and team pursuit. And already both of these women in the green at the early stage of the race. But really, this is one we have circled on our start sheet.
Oh, yeah. All day, every day, I'd circle this pairing, all right? Joy Beunen, in my opinion, is in a different league right now as it pertains to distance speed skating. She can do it all. I think there was a question around who is going to replace Irene Schouten. I think it's Joy Beunen. She's just been so good for the past, 18 months? I'm not great at math, but she has truly been in another league, and this is why. Look at how beautiful that is, okay? Truly poetry in motion. Everything is just over her pushing legs. Everything's so relaxed. Speed skating is so beautiful when it is done this way. Joy Beunen putting on a show, 9.6.
Under 30-second lap time, 5 laps to go, and Berna is on one right now. Lolo Brigida still in the hunt, skating her own race.
And she just needs to keep close to her. I mean, she needs to skate her own race, but she also knows that Joy is perhaps in a league of her own right now. I mean, these two have a fantastic rivalry.
4 laps to go. Berna, 3.5 seconds in the green right now. Lolo Brigida also looking strong here at a 31 almost even lap.
There's just an ease, though, to Joy's skating right now. Nose, knees, toes, okay? So she's riding her blades. She gets on that outside edge, and then she's on the inside edge. Everything is going into the ice. It's like a metronome, Signa. Nothing is changing.
3 laps to go. Still under 31-second lap right now. Joy Berna.
Fatigue starting to set in just a little bit there, but again, she is holding it down. Nose, knees, toes, beautiful body position. And she's given us a little dance in the corner. Love that tempo change.
Well, that personal best last week in Salt Lake City, 3:53.69. Looking pretty good. The time to beat right now, by the way, set by Nadezhda Morozova, 3:58.03. And 2 laps to go. Joy Berna in control. Lolo Brigida.
Lolo Brigida still hanging
1/10
on.
behind.
Just still hanging on. But of course, our eyes are on Joy Berna right now. This is gorgeous. So much lean, still so much grit. She is driving that arm, taking the extra crossover, and really lengthening it out in those straights with the bell to go, Siggy.
The World Cup leader, Joy Berna. Bell lap now, trying to take back-to-back 3K titles. There's still a couple pairings left to go. Wants to lay down a big time. Lolo Brigida has hit the wall, but it's all about Berna in this pairing.
And she still is giving us an extra shift in this last corner. Her head is down. She has fatigued, hit the wall, but what a champ.
The Netherlands star coming towards the finish line, and the clock will stop. 3:54.42.
Wow.
Just off that PB set last week in Salt Lake City, but 3:54.42. That is a time to beat for the rest of the field.
Tremendous race. Good job for Joy. So solid throughout this entire 7.5 laps. She just has such a compact body position. There you see her coach saying, give me a little bit more. I like that you're building your corners, taking that extra crossover. This is at the end, of course. Her head is down. You can tell she's fatigued, but really her technique does not fall apart. She's so good when she gets tired. Really good race, really gritty race.
Well, the crowd at the Olympic Oval in Calgary has got their cowbells out because it's a double Canadian matchup. Isabelle Weideman, the 30-year-old from Ottawa, 2-time Olympian, 3-time Olympic medalist from Beijing, against the 34-year-old from the Saguenay region of Quebec, Valerie Malte, 4-time Olympian, 2-time Olympic medalist in 2 different sports, short track and long track. Weideman is on the inner lane, the 7.5 lap race. She was 5th in the 3K last week in Salt Lake City, said she was feeling really good. And Malte, talking about feeling good, she picked up a silver medal in Salt Lake City. Big one for Valerie Malte. So both of these athletes in this Olympic season feeling really strong, Anastasia.
Really strong, and it's fun to see them have fun, okay? Both of these women have done it all. They've seen it all. Val is an ultimate champion of this sport. And for her to get a personal best in the 3,000 meter at 35 years old, I can't even imagine what that feels like. But it was a great weekend for both of them. We talked to Izzy before this race, and she said, I'm just having fun. I feel light. I feel like I'm enjoying racing again. And you're seeing it in how she's moving her body and how she's attacking this race.
So Valerie Malte just had an under 30-second lap there.
Very fast.
Very fast. She won't keep that up for this whole race, but wanting to set herself up, keep her speed.
There's just such a fluidity in how she's found her stride this year.
5 laps to go. At this stage, Malte is in second place. And Weideman building on her race as she often does. You say like the longer distances is maybe her bread and butter, but showed some really solid results in Salt Lake City last week.
Absolutely. You got to think that she's taking confidence from that 3K, of course, to combat this 3K. But, you know, the 5,000 meter, I think is setting up really nicely for Isabel Weideman. But all eyes right now on Val Malte. Great start to this race. I love what I'm seeing coming out of these corners. Great dance, great effort, and really nice and relaxed right here.
Less than 4 laps to go. Valerie Malte of Canada leading her pairing against Isabel Weideman. And we'll check the next interval to see how her lap times are at this stage of the race. She looks very comfortable.
Really nice and comfortable, especially on the straights.
And Malte under 31 seconds, still in second place behind Joy Böhne at this stage of the race. Böhne, by the way, the time of 3:54.42.
Val is looking really strong. Her core is still super engaged. You can see knees, or nose, knees, toes. Wow, what a
You got it.
I got it. You know what I'm trying to say. She's just being really efficient with her body weight. Nice recovery, all right? She's not racing. She's not rushing. She's trusting her stride.
The Canadian crowd is on their feet here. These two great Canadians. Val Malte in second place right now, 31.24 the lap time. Isabel Weideman under 31 seconds for her last lap.
Izzy's starting to reel. She has perhaps left herself a little opening. This is a great pairing for the Canadians. Val Malte's still turning it over really nicely out of those corners. And with 1 lap to go, this is going to be a drag race, Siggy.
The bell lap, and it's Malte in the lead in this pairing at 31.84 seconds. Isabel Weideman, her lap time was under 31 seconds, and Isabel Weideman is going to get a nice draft here.
Gets the draft, and she's got a little more speed going into this final corner than Val. This is going to be very close. Both women looking very good. Gritty race, great technique. It's Olympic year, Signa. It's apparent.
Trying to get on the podium are the Canadians with 1 pairing left to go. It'll be Val Malte coming across the line in second. Isabel Weideman in third. And the time, 3:56.46 for Val Malte.
That was fun. That was really fun. Another personal best for Valerie Malte. Come on. At 35 years old, she just keeps getting better. Both these women know each other very well. Of course, they won gold together in Beijing in the team pursuit, but what a phenomenal 3,000 meter for Val Malte and Isabel Weideman. You can just tell they're having fun. They found something back in their stride. Yeah, smile and wave, Val. That was quite the show.
There is the leader, Joy Böhne of the Netherlands, followed by 2 Canadians.
In the 8th pairing,
Final pairing
inner lane from
sees Martina Sablikova of Czechia. The 38-year-old keeps on ticking. 5-time Olympian, 27 medals at the World Single Distance Championships against Ragna Wiklund, the 25-year-old from Oslo. World Cup long distance leader the last 4 seasons running. So another great pairing to finish off the 3K. Sablikova on the inner lane. It's Vikland on the outer lane. 7.5 laps around the Calgary Olympic Oval. In this final pairing, it's Joy Buna with the time to beat, 3:54.42. And I don't think this race is decided yet with these two.
I don't think so. I don't think I can hold my breath for 7 laps, but I'll try. This is another great matchup. I mean, we're so lucky to see some of these pairings. It was a good day at the Oval, and these women want to make it even better. Sablikova, ultimate champion of this sport. 2 arms on her back. Come on. So efficient. She rides her blades. I'm going to say it. It's a big statement. Better than anyone. And she's done that since, what, Torina 2006? Like, she has been around for 20 years at this level. And she's still very, very much in it. Ragna Vikland, fantastic skater as well. She always kind of reminds me of Christina Groves a little bit. Just so light on her feet. She does have a unique arm swing, especially in the corners, but it works. Again, it's all about how much power you can get into the ice, and this woman knows something about that.
5 laps to go. Ragna Vikland under 30 seconds in that lap time. Sablikova in reach.
Vikland has such a nice little dance coming out of the corners, so light on her feet again. It's just like she's playing hopscotch almost, you know? Everything is going into the ice. As soon as she has her foot on the ground, she's pushing. Lovely use of her blades, very efficient speed skating.
Vikland looked very good in Salt Lake City last week in the first stop of the season on the World Cup circuit. She was 3rd in the 3K, 3rd in the 1500.
Vikland looking very, very good here. She's attacking her corners. I'd like to see her perhaps just a little closer to the track, to be honest. That's something so simple, but over 7.5 laps, it does add up.
Good speed as well, 47K an hour. Vikland, 0.6 off the pace of Joy Buna at this stage of the race.
She's talking to her coaches. She knows where she's at right now. She's getting her lap times on the backstretch. But nothing has really changed, Signa. That's what I'm looking for. Look at it. Still that nice little dance. Still a little hop in the corner. And she takes that extra crossover and is lengthening it out.
Two laps to go.
Oh,
Ragna Vikland, this is going to be close. It's going to be tight.
It is gonna be tight, but she is still trying to keep her straightaways nice and long. Still getting her body weight over. Core is still engaged. Nothing is really moving. You can see that left start to move ever so slightly. We know that she's fatigued, but that's normal at this stage of the game. It's all about how she can continue to keep her technique with this lactic acid.
Final lap right now. Vikland off a little bit, but she's still in 2nd place. Got to hang on here.
She's a gritty athlete, and she knows what to do. She knows she's put herself into contention.
Buna's time of the Netherlands, 3:54.42. Valerie Malte in 2nd. Isabel Weideman, also of Canada, in 3rd. And Ragna Vikland down this final straight. And what's it going to be? Does she have enough at the line? Does she? In 2nd place. So Ragna Vikland will take home a medal for a 2nd straight week on the World Cup circuit. But Joy Buna, another win for the Netherlands star.
She is a star, and Vikland is a star. That was a great race. But Joy Buna, gosh, she is setting herself up as the woman to beat. Vikland answered back. Great race, character race. She went for it. She's so efficient on her feet. She doesn't get as much power as perhaps others, but she just does not fatigue. It's all about quality over quantity. She uses her body weight so efficiently. She's got a great friendship with Isabel Weideman. There's a little Canadian-Norwegian connection there.
Speaking of Canadians, Valerie Malte for a 2nd straight week on the podium. This time picking up the bronze medal.
Huge day for Val Malte. I mean, of course, what she achieved last week in Salt Lake City was absolutely a career-defining. I mean, it's hard to define anything over Olympic gold with the team pursuit, but huge moment for Val Malte, and she's cemented herself as a true contender in this 3,000 meter. And what a time to do it with 70 some odd days away from Milano Cortina.
Some great racing in the women's 3,000 meters.
Yeah, shout out to Ty. That was a great little race. Huge.
Top 10 finish.
Yeah. Personal best for her.
The Calgary Fiddlers are on site.
We got a lot of Team China
There's some
in the
fans
oval.
here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome. There's a real buzz here, and folks are appreciating these races and the grit. Yeah, Val, I'm sorry, that hurts.
Yeah. Third place, though, feels good, though. Well, that wraps up the women's 3,000 meters. The men's 5K is just ahead after the resurfacing at the Olympic Oval. Final results. Joy Berne of the Netherlands taking home a second straight 3,000 title on the World Cup circuit. Ragna Vikland in that final pairing laying it down for second place, and Valerie Malte and Isabel Weideman battling it out. But Malte taking third over her Canadian teammates. Wonderful fiddle music from the Calgary Fiddlers. Inside the Olympic Oval in southern Alberta. Thanks for joining us. Signa Butler alongside two-time Olympian Anastasia Busis. Got one more race to go, the men's 5K. And look at that, the standings right now after 2 World Cups. Of course, after this, we'll head to Heerenveen and then Hamar. And then people start to decide who's gonna get that Olympic ticket.
Olympic years are always
Stressful?
to put it bluntly, stressful. Yeah, they are stressful, and it's so lovely when you're skating free and you're skating for fun, and you know, it is easy to get wrapped up in the pursuit of an Olympic ticket. But you know what? You should just stop and listen to the fiddle music, eh? Smell the roses,
smell
listen
the
to
roses.
the fiddle music. Even though it is a stressful season, it's a magical season, and we are already seeing that after one day of racing in Calgary.
Dutch fans are always, they travel well. Did you offer some delicious banana bread to any of the fans today?
Yes, if you are just tuning into this stream, I will have you know my mother made banana bread for the broadcasters and for the superfans. So come say hi.
Free slice.
Free slice of banana bread. No, we're having a blast here at the Calgary Olympic Oval. I had the privilege of skating here for 24 years. Started when I was 4 years old, Tuesday, Thursday night, 6 to 8 p.m. And it's just been the gift that's kept on giving in my life, and I think I can speak on behalf of so many skaters. It is a really special place to skate around, especially in a World Cup, especially in a big year like an Olympic year. We just came from Salt Lake. Incredibly fast results there. You know, we're affectionately in the fastest ice in the world right now.
Well, 3 world records in Salt Lake City, including Timothy Lubino in the 5,000 meters. And that kind of, I don't want to say it came out of nowhere because he's kind of always been sort of on the cusp of the podium. But the way he did it,
Spectacular.
and the celebration afterwards, too, I mean, has put sort of the world on notice that there's another contender out there.
I couldn't even say it. Yeah, you can't say it better. I mean, he almost broke 6 minutes. 6 minutes, .23. The big question is, when are we going to see the first 5,000 meters skated in under 6 minutes? And wow, this is a drama-filled distance at present because there is so much talent And the men are skating so fast. It's a real gift to see.
A big thank you to the
The men's 5,000 meters is coming up here, the final event of the program on day one of the ISU Speed Skating World Cup in Calgary. Got some great racing so far in the 1,000 meter and the women's 3K. And the men's 5,000 meters delivered a world record last week in Salt Lake City. More exciting racing on deck. We mentioned the exciting racing, the world record, Timothy Lubineau of France laying it down in Salt Lake City with that new world record time, 6.23. So could he go under 6 minutes? Is that what's in store for us tonight? We will see.
1 minute to start. Introducing the skaters for the men's 5,000 meter. In the first pairing, in the inner lane.
First of 8 pairings in the men's 5,000 meters. On the inner lane, it's a familiar face on the World Cup circuit. It's Bart Swings of Belgium
And in the outer
against a youngster, 21-year-old from Germany, Gabriel Gross. 12.5 laps around the Olympic Oval in Calgary.
And we're underway in the first pair of the next 5,000 meters.
Swings and Gross kicking things off.
Great pair this is. Legendary Bart Swings. Excellent ball.
In a great atmosphere all night in Calgary.
Inner lane. Opening splits.
Great music, great fans.
And great racing.
The most important part.
The most important part, Gross takes the nice little draft there. Only 21 years old, Signa. We were chatting about this off camera. We're like, shout out to Germany in this renaissance. They have some really exciting skaters coming up, and it's great to see them back. Gross looking very relaxed. Both men looking nice and relaxed right now. Of course, in this 5K, 12.5 laps. Both arms on their back, straightaway and corners. It is a little bit of a new technique. Again, we've seen this for years in short track, but people are now just really figuring out how to use their body weight without swinging that arm. And again, I'm the first one to make a joke about myself. This like blew my hair back. I was like, you're not gonna swing an arm in the corner? What? But if you can keep your tempo up, if you can find that little change in tempo in those corners, and you feel as though keeping an arm on your back helps you get the pressure into the ice, why not?
Nine laps to go in this 12.5 lap race.
8-9. He's going for it.
Right now, Gross in front. Personal best of 6:06.75.
Did that in the B group last week.
Yeah.
So you know he's feeling good. He's absolutely going to have a bunch of confidence coming into Calgary. And how cool is it to race against someone like Bart Swings, right? Who's
Yeah.
been around for so long, Olympic champion and ultimate champion in the mass start.
First gold medal for Belgium in 74 years when he won that gold medal in 2022. Also has a silver from Pyeongchang in 2018.
Bart has come from inline, of course. And
Won a billion medals in inline.
a billion medals in inline, and is just such a smart racer. And he's got so much respect from his competitors. But the young German He's got a pep in his step. I love it.
Yeah, the German team has been training at a few different ovals in Germany.
Berlin, Erfurt, Insel.
Yeah.
And there's just a nice little momentum behind the whole team. Gross, only 21 years old. Beautiful future here for him. Over the top of swings. Little game of cat and mouse here. Bart says, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Looking very good, though. I love how Gross is skating so close to the line. All right? It's something so simple and so easy to overlook. But over 12 and a half laps, it does add up.
Right now, under 30 seconds for both of these athletes in terms of their laps.
If you're just joining us, we're watching a 5,000 meter here. The technique is a little different than the sprints, okay? In the sprints, you certainly want to see athletes with 90-degree knee angles. That is kind of impossible over 12 and a half laps. I say that with all the love and respect in my heart. It's really how you use your body weight throughout, okay? So same mechanisms apply. You want to really hammer the corners. That's where you make all of your speed. And then find a little relaxation in the straights. And he takes the draft again, Signa. That is such a gift with 3 to go.
And a nice little matchup here. Gross slowing down a little bit, swings, getting back into it. And with 3 laps to go, both still under 30-second time. So holding that lap. But swings 29.28 that last lap.
Swings looking a little bit more in control than Gross at this point. You can see there's just a little bit more movement in Gross's track pattern and his stride pattern. His shoulders are starting to really kind of swing over his pushing leg. It's very easy to do that when you get tired because you think, hey, I'm using my body weight, but actually the shoulders moving that much is taking you off of your stride.
29.3 the lap time for Bart Swings of Belgium. 5-time world championship medalist.
And Gross just looking a little heavier on his feet. Fatigue certainly has started to settle in, but he is trying to be gritty here, and he is answering back.
Love that. Gutsiness from the 21-year-old. Yeah, that's the bell lap. And Gross just holding on ahead of Swings.
Well, Swings drops the arm and he goes, no, I'm not going to let you win this one easily. This is going to be really, really tight to the line. Great battle between these two men. Oh, and the left arm and the tongue, Siggy, you gotta love it.
Drinking in the air as best he can. It's going to be Gross coming across the line. 6:10:31 is the time the rest of the field will chase.
That was a little off his personal best that he made last week, but I think that was still really a solid race for Gross. Bart Swings always in the mix, of course, a real veteran of this sport, of inline as well. He knows how to skate so well. But you got to get excited for an athlete like Gabriel Gross.
In the second pairing, in the inner lane.
Pairing 2, all Norway in this one. Sigurd Henriksen takes the inner lane. And Peter Konshog takes the outer lane.
Go to the start. Ready.
12.5 laps around the track. Henriksen of Norway is on that inner lane. 3-time world junior champion in the 5,000. Last week was 12th in the 5K at Salt Lake City. And Konshog had a great week. maybe know him a little bit more for the 1500. He is the world champion, of course, from Hamar, Norway last year.
And that's
But he had 3 personal bests in Salt Lake City. He was feeling pretty good.
Feeling really good. I love how he skates. He's just so compact, so explosive, and yet so versatile. I mean, he can skate a 1500 meter. He's integral to the Norwegian team pursuit. He's great at the 5K. He's just so talented, and he has such a beautiful future. Both of these men, really, really exciting.
Pretty close right now in the early stages of this 12.5 lap race.
Henriksen does not swing that arm in your inner lane, and Kongshog does. It's all a personal preference. And again, I'll just say it again, it's a little bit of a new technique that we have seen really come from short track. For a long time, short track athletes would not swing both of their arms in the corners, and we're seeing it now work in long track. The sport just keeps getting sharper and faster, and it's thanks to folks like this.
Henriksen. Steady skating from Henriksen. 29.1 in that last lap.
Really nice knee bend coming out of the corner as well. It's easy to pop up a little bit when you're coming out of the corner. You're combating the G-force. You have a lot of speed. It's just such a natural tendency to have your hips come up, and he does a really good job of keeping his knees over his toes coming out of those corner exits. Helps him build the speed, helps him maintain it.
Henriksen, it's all in the family there. His older brother, Sindre, was on the Norwegian team pursuit team in 2018, won the gold medal. So Henriksen hoping to get to an Olympic Games himself. Looking pretty steady so far.
Very steady, Signa. I really love that corner exit. He's just riding his blades super nicely. It's like his body weight is right over the balls of his feet. He's driving his knees. As I said, you want to have that knee angle around 90 degrees. That's kind of impossible for the longer distances, but he really has a nice body position, and he's attacking the corners. Sometimes it's hard, I'm looking for that little dance. Sometimes it's hard to see it when you're not when you're not swinging that arm, but you can just tell that he's really picking up speed. Little nice tempo change, light on his feet. And Kongshog too, he's right in it.
So still in the 29-second range with their lap times right now. This all Norwegian battle between Henriksen and Kongshog.
Still taking really nice long strides. I am going to be looking for his recovery. Is that changing? When you start to fatigue, sometimes your mind plays tricks on you and it thinks, hey, quantity over quality. That is not the name of the game in long track speed skating. You want to trust your stride, and it's just very difficult to combat the fatigue and hold your technique. But he's doing that very well right now.
So far, so good for Sigurd Henriksen. 4 laps to go. Dropped a little bit in that lap. Kongshog looking pretty good as well.
Henriksen just looking so light coming out of the corners. I'm really loving what I'm seeing with his knee bend. He's driving his knees, taking that extra crossover. You can kind of see on his face, yeah, he is breathing, but guess what? He's breathing through the pain. He's not letting it get to him.
Dropping back a little bit right now. 3 laps to go, under 30 seconds, but barely. Kongshog hanging in there as well. Kongshog, 2025 European all-round silver medalist. You talked about him being a multidisciplinarian, but Henriksen in control in this pairing right now.
Henriksen's shoulders just starting to move ever so slightly more than we have seen, and that's exactly what I was afraid of.
So 30.5, so dropped almost a second in that lap.
And you can see it in his upper body, right? You want to have a really quiet upper body, and it's just moving ever so slightly more than I'd love to see. I mean, he has every right to be fatigued right now. This has been a great race, but things are starting to break down just ever so slightly here, Signa.
Bell lap now, the sound that these racers love to hear. It is Henriksen in front, but bleeding time. Conshock speeding up here.
Well, Conshock
maybe going to catch up.
That's what I was going to say. You know, he's going to get a little draft here. I think this is Henriksen's to lose, but Conshock has battled back.
Final straight, it will be Henriksen bringing home the pair. What's the time going to be, though? Well off the pace, 6:15.59. So started well, but the consistency of those lap times started to dip towards the end of the race.
"21 years old, and he certainly has proven that he's one to watch. He's an exciting skater. Conshock is always brings the fireworks. The 5K was just a little long today.
In pairing 3 in the inner lane.
An all-German matchup now. Fridtjof Petzold wearing a helmet. We can talk a little bit about that as this 12.5 lap race moves on. Felix Mali of Germany on the outer lane. Petzold on the inner lane, a personal best of 6:10.98. Was 10th last week in the 5K in Salt Lake City. Wearing that helmet, Anastasia. So this is something that skaters have been experimenting with.
It's all about aerodynamics, of course. And
you think safety, but it's more for the aerodynamics.
Yeah, we do a lot of work in air tunnels and examining angles. Nice little draft there. And some athletes, are starting to question whether wearing a helmet is actually more aerodynamic. Now, again, I retired 8 years ago. I can't believe where time flies. That would be like from outer space 8 years ago. But if it works, you know what I mean? There's no rules against it. It's who can cross the line fastest. So Petzold wearing the helmet, testing it out. You do have to wear helmets, of course, in the mass start and the team pursuit. And the other team distances, of course. But it is starting to creep up in the individual races. Petzold is from Erfurt, great skating town. And as we've mentioned, I mean, Team Germany is really having a renaissance here. It's fun.
These two athletes, Petzold, as you see in the helmet there, 28 years old. And Felix Mali, currently on the inner, had a great World Cup in Salt Lake City, was second in the mass start.
Yeah. And
so that was a bit of a surprise there.
Big personal best in the 5,000 meter as well. Yeah. You know, it's most years you go, okay, it's the second World Cup, and sometimes the first World Cup, you know, the first pancake's a little lumpy. It's the Olympic year, all right? Everyone has come to play. You can feel the buzz in this oval, and you can even just tell in the races. People know what's on the line. Everyone's got their eye on the prize in February.
You need smooth pancakes.
No
lumpy pancakes here.
No lumpy pancakes.
Well, both of these Germans in the green right now. Petzold 7/10 in front at this stage of the race. The time from Gabriel Gross, their German teammate, the 21-year-old, laying down 6:10.31 in the opening pairing.
This is a nice little evenly matched pairing with 7 to go.
Malley in front now, just slightly.
Malley is really having this nice build out of the corners, but I'm a little worried that I'm starting to see him just get a little bit heavier on his feet as well.
Really back and forth affair between Malley and Petzold.
At this stage of the game, I'm thinking Petzold's just looking a little bit sharper than Malley. I'm seeing a few things just start to move on Felix. And usually when things start to move, it's very hard to make them unmove, right? Once you start that fatigue, it can start to snowball a little bit, but they are hanging in there. This is gritty.
Okay, Malley under 29 seconds, pardon me, on that lap. Had some decent results last year in the world distance standings, the long distance standings, I should say. 13th overall was Felix Malley. Petzold himself was 25th. So again, these two very evenly matched. Trading back and forth.
You know what? Malley gets the nice little draft again. That means a lot at this stage of the game.
But the body language you see is a little bit more, you know, a little bit more movement, I shall say.
A little bit more movement. But he's doing a great job to skate a near perfect track pattern. He's right on the blocks at the apex, all right? So he's doing a lot of things right. It's totally all right if you're fatiguing, okay? Speed skating is a very difficult sport. Honestly, his heart rate is probably almost at 200 right now. Like, it is very, very difficult. But what he has control over, he's doing quite well. But then watch this, Petzold. I mean, this is what we're saying. Team Germany coming on strong. This is fun.
2 laps to go. They are just a 10th apart. It's Felix Malley just ahead of Petzold. Both of them under 30-second laps.
Oh, and
digging in.
The tongue is a tell, Signa. This is very, very fast speed skating, and it's hard speed skating, all right? But they are putting their heart on the ice, and look at Malley, as I've said.
Bell lap now, Felix Malley. Fridtjof Petzold, under 30-second lap. They've got just half a lap left to go.
Oh, and he is spent, all right. He has absolutely emptied the tank, but what a character skate. This is fun racing. Still turning it over, Signa. What a gritty showing, and what a drag race.
And they're driving towards that line. It's neck and neck, and it's Malley who will get the upper hand, 2/10 over his teammate Petzold, but that's a great pairing and a great time, 6:08.57 for Felix Malley. That's a huge personal best.
Wow.
Almost 4 seconds.
We don't always get it right, but this one felt like we got right, all right? These two men came to play today, and that is a phenomenal 5,000 meter. This distance is shaping up to be a Shakespearean drama. This is so fun. I love it. 12 and a half laps have never been so fun, with 70 some odd days to go to the Milano Cortina Olympics.
Introducing the fourth pairing in the inner lane from Austria, it's Alexander Farthofer.
From Austria, 20 years of age, it's Alexander Farthofer. He won the B final in Salt Lake City last week. And Michele Malfatti of Italy, a Beijing Olympian, looking forward to the home Olympics in Milano Cortina, and a key member of the team pursuit team for Italy. Farthofer on that inner lane, a personal best last week in Salt Lake City of 6:04.21, winning that B final. And you know, I mean, we don't typically talk about Austria a ton on the World Cup circuit. You know, Vanessa Herzog comes to mind, obviously.
Yep.
But nice to see some different countries as well.
Absolutely, and shout out to Gabe O'Dour as well.
Yeah.
I mean, he's skating so well. But yeah, Farthofer, I mean, what a future. Like, just such a bright future, and it's so exciting to see this next gen just really take their place in the white-hot spotlight. 6:04 is no joke, Signa.
No. And just a year removed, he was doing the Neo Senior Circuit, picked up a couple podiums there. So now trying his trade on the World Cup.
Well, to start with a 28-1, he's going, I want to stay on the World Cup, and I'm going to make a statement right here, right now. Really nice, relaxed yet aggressive skating. And look at just how, well, Malfatti is always so efficient. But Farthofer, I mean, gorgeous little corners. I mean, he's got a great base. He does a ton of inline, does a ton of cycling. But his recovery is just so long and relaxed. He's really taking his time on the straightaways and then hammering those corners. He's come to play.
So will be Farthofer coming across, again leading this pairing. 9 laps to go in the green. Michelle Malfatti also in the green right now. Both athletes in the 28-second range. Malfatti picking up a little draft.
Wow, that's a lovely draft. It looks like they were skating warm-up together, really. That was beautiful. But Farthofer, I mean, this is very good. He has gone out very strong.
And there's different strategies, right? You know, build at the beginning or keep it consistent.
Yeah, and different athletes will attack it differently. You know, in Salt Lake City for the 5,000 meter world record from Timothy Lubino, he did 3:27.9s midway through the race, and people were going, oh, you went too fast too early, you're not going to be able to hold it. Well, guess what? He almost went under 6 minutes for the first time in history. But what I'm seeing from these two gentlemen looks very nice. Farthofer now in the 29.0. Oh, he's got to be gritty to keep close though here. He went out very fast. Still looking good.
And just that experience, a decade his senior in Michelle Malfatti. 9th last week in the 5K. 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go.
Halfway through. How are we feeling, gentlemen?
Well, oh, and Malfatti again takes the draft. Farthofer, I think, kind of changed his track pattern there a little bit to say, please don't get that draft. But certainly Malfatti, to your point, he's a vet. He knows how to race. Veteran move right there.
I mentioned the team pursuit, such a key member of the Italian team, gold medalist here in Calgary at the World Championships in 2024, silver medal in 2025 in Hamar, Norway, and one of those contenders in Milano Cortina.
Nice dynamic dance in the corner. Fatigue is starting to set in. You can see it on his face. And all right, they are, 1/3 to go in this 5,000 meter, but that's still a lot of racing, Signa. Oh, that's a little bit of a crossover issue there.
We'll see if that affects anything in terms of their speed. At this stage of the race, those legs are starting to feel heavy. And the next interval, what will it say? 3 laps to go, and Malfatti still hanging on right now. Less than 30-second laps for both athletes.
Farthofer is doing a really good job of maintaining his technique. I'm just a little worried about his tempo. It has slowed. Malfatti does have that more dynamic drive of his knees. Still getting his body weight over to the best of his ability.
2 laps to go. Malfatti still in the green right now, and still with 30-second laps, under 30-second laps for the Italian.
And his coaches are saying, hey, you're on one right now. Give me another lap just the same as that. Great corner entry. He's going for it.
Malfatti's personal best, by the way, 6:10.97. And the time to beat is set by Felix Mali of Germany, 6:08.57. So with a bell lap now,
Hey.
Malfatti trying to chase down the lead, but also a personal best.
Well, he set himself up nicely, takes that extra crossover, and yes, that is not a smile, that is a big-time grimace, but he's still getting his body weight over his pushing leg. That is so difficult. He finally drops that right arm in the corner, and he's going to want to lay down the hammer right here, Siggy.
Final straight, and Michel Malfatti coming to the line. Is it going to be a personal best? Is it going to be the lead? You betcha it is. 6:08.13. Look at the celebration.
Oh, gutsy race. Gritty character skate. Congratulations to Malfatti. Yes, big fist pump. Great race. What a fun pairing, right from the gun, eh? That was a gift of 12 and a half laps. Malfatti looking very nice this second week of racing. Really lovely tactics. There was a game of cat and mouse. They were kind of exchanging drafts on the backstretch, but congrats to Michel Malfatti. Big time PB. That's got to feel good.
Introducing pair number 5. In the inner lane, from Canada, Ted Young.
The big applause from the fans here for the 39-year-old Canadian, Ted-Jan Blumen,
From the Netherlands, it's Jorrit Bergsma.
against another veteran of the sport, Jorrit Bergsma of the Netherlands. Blumen will start in the inner lane for Canada. Born in the Netherlands, of course, calls Calgary home, a 2-time Olympian, 2-time Olympic medalist. That gold in the 10K in 2018, silver in the 5K, and an 8-time medalist at the World Championships.
Just started on 18.7. Holy moly, I hope he has a seatbelt on. That was fast. This is such a fun matchup, Signa.
Yeah.
I mean, with all due respect, it's a battle of the elder statesmen, all right?
But the elder statesman, including Jorrit Bergsma, who took the mass start last weekend in Salt Lake City.
It's so fun to see both of these men just be at top of their game. 8-6 to start it out. I was talking to Ted before this race, and he said, you know what? Salt Lake was okay. He said after a few laps, 4 or 5, he knew he didn't have it in his legs. He still went for it, but he goes, I'm going to go for it this weekend. He is so pumped to be skating at home. He really skates his best on fast ice. He's admitted that a few times. But when he's on it, watch out. And he is going for it, Signa.
28.33 the lap time with 10 laps to go. Last week you mentioned Salt Lake and how he felt, if I can use the word meh about it, but 7th in the 5K last week.
Really nice corner there. You know what? Ted is a technician, and he said, I really do think I've got one of the best techniques, especially on fast ice. Gosh, he's really going fast here with 9 laps to go.
We'll see if that holds on. Jorrit Bergsma doing his job here, the 39-year-old, looking for a little bit of a draft. 13-time World Championship medalist is Jorrit Bergsma. He was 8th in Salt Lake City in the 5K last week.
And he has been around, of course, as we've just said, both of these men have been on the top of their game for essentially decades now. Very, very competitive, very fast right now from Ted-Jan Blumen. But Ted really thinks that when he's skating on fast ice, he does have some of the best technique in the world. I would 100% agree with that. And he really thinks what sets him apart from the rest is his corner exits, all right? So he builds, and then watch this. Boom! Right just into his lovely, lovely relaxed recovery. Finds the relaxation, finds the length in his stride in the straightaway, and then he does it again coming out of this corner. Watch how efficient this is. Boom! Right into the straights.
In the green at this stage of the race, Ted-Jan Blumen of Canada.
He's not wearing the helmet. We should mention that.
He did experiment with the helmet last season in terms of the aerodynamics. He's a tactician, you know, like somebody who looks at coaching programs and writes his own programs oftentimes, right?
Yes, he does get coached by Bart Schouten. He says it's a lot of a conversation, you know. We're very honest with each other, how my body's feeling. He's got 2 young kids, and he goes, it's hard sometimes to be a professional athlete when you're a dad and you have, you got so much more going on in life. But quality over quantity, and he is such a smart racer that it's fun to see him go for it like he is right now. This is really good, Signa.
5 laps to go for Ted-Jan Blumen. Under 29-second laps for the veteran Canadian, 39-year-old.
Moving his body so nicely. Nothing is moving inefficiently. His upper body is very quiet. He's still getting really quality strides on the straight. He's not rushing his recovery. And then nice lean in the corner, right on the block, giving us that little dance.
2 seconds in the green at this stage of the race. The time to beat set by Michel Malfatti of Italy, 6:08.13.
And he's still so efficient coming out of those corners, getting his nose, knees, toes over. Nice.
And the speed too, 50K an hour right now for Ted-Jan Blumen, and eating away 3.5 seconds into that lead.
Gregor Jelinek holding up a lap board. He's saying, hey, you're on pace. This was the plan. He was going for it. And he's got 2 laps to show us what he's got, Signa, but he's looking really good right now.
2 laps to go, and there's 3 pairings left. What does Ted-Jan Blumen, what can he put down? His arm coming down a little bit there?
I was going to say, he put down his arm. That tells me he knows he's on a good one, and he goes, I am going to hammer these corners. That's where you get all your speed. And someone at 39 years old knows how to build speed. This is really good, and people are on their feet.
Standing up in Calgary for Ted-Jan Blumen right now. 5.5 seconds in the green right now. Trying to lay down a big time with 3 more pairings left to go.
Well, this is going to be a big, big time, and he's still looking good. He's still moving his body weight over his pushing leg, and he's giving us that dance, Signa. This is a gritty race. He wanted to do it in Salt Lake City, and I think he's going to do it in Calgary.
Ted-Jan Blumen, 2 hands behind his back, driving to the line, and it is going to be 6:02.26.
Wow!
6:02.26, and look at the celebration from the Canadian.
Stand up if you are a fan of speed skating and you're able to do so. That was unbelievable.
The fans are going nuts in Calgary. They just saw something special here.
Wow, right off the gun you could tell that he was absolutely locked in. Great race. Near perfection technically and tactically. That was a character skate, and this is a special moment in Ted-Jan Blumen's life. Yeah, really, really phenomenal racing, and the 5,000 meter just gets more drama filled. Oh, and how fun is that again? Shout out to the elder statesmen, both 39.
They still got it.
They still got it. Great day of racing.
Moving on to pairing 6. In the inner lane
Czechia's young star, the 19-year-old Metode Ilak, up against the 28-year-old from the Netherlands, Chris Huizinga. Ilak on the inner lane was second in Salt Lake City last week. Huizinga was fifth. A great pairing here. But the Calgary Olympic Oval still buzzing from the time laid down by Ted-Jan Blumen, 6:02.26. We got 12 and a half laps ahead of us between Ilak and Huizinga. Exciting.
That was such an exciting race, and this is going to be, I mean, they're going to have to answer back, and Ilak is got to be one of the most exciting athletes, I'm going to say it, on the circuit, all right? He's so young. He's only 19 years old. World junior record after world junior record. He is the real deal, and as we just saw, in this distance, you know, if you're healthy, you can race until you're almost 40 years old.
Yeah.
We could see him for another 20 years. Like, that is spectacular.
Ilak, of course, in Czechia with one of the great Czech athletes, Martina Sablikova, as an example. We saw her race earlier today. And Chris Huizinga, a former world junior all-round champion. He was second at the Dutch trials in the 5,000 behind Marcel Bosker. And a really smart racer as well.
Very smart. Of course, skates the team pursuit as well, so he knows, well, he's just very dynamic, exceptionally talented. But Ilak, I mean, he just makes it look, I never want to say he makes it look easy, because this is such a hard sport, and it's so physiologically difficult and so technically difficult as well. But he just floats out there. It's like he gets every ounce of his body weight into the ice. Nothing else is moving. You know, just watch his feet. Like, it's just poetry in motion. So smooth.
And when you say floating in speed skating, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing. Sometimes it's a bad thing in hockey.
Yeah.
I have been told that. But, you know, he just looks so light on his feet. And when you're starting to fatigue, it's so easy to look really heavy on your feet. So this young Czech superstar, I think, is going to be a superstar for years to come, perhaps decades to come. And he is helping rewrite the rules of this distance in particular.
Right now, Huizinga in fourth at this stage of the race. Ilak in fifth, 7 laps to go. They're still under 29 seconds in terms of their lap time.
They'll, of course, have just seen what just happened before them. Maybe a slight pivot in their plan. But again, I mean, you're racing against your pair, but you're really racing against yourself in this sport. So they know exactly what they want to do. They've got their plan with their coaches. And then on the back stretch, where we're going right now, they're getting feedback from their coaches. They know what lap times they're skating. They know how they need to attack the next lap.
We were waiting to see what Ilak would do this season, of course, after the World Championships last year in Hamar, where he was third in the 10K, fifth in the 5,000 as an 18-year-old. Yeah. Really serving notice. You know, we knew about his junior prowess, but to do it on the senior stage was something. Huizinga still in good shape here, but Ilak eating away at that time. He's currently in second place.
Well, he had a great 5,000 meter last week, 6:02. You know, I don't know how you skate a 6:02 5,000 meter and don't take confidence from that. He just keeps getting better. And just, again, poetry in motion in those corners. He hugs the line. He gets his hip in, and he just turns it over. Little bit of a slip there.
So 29.19 the lap time. Huizinga at 29:02.
Huizinga doing very well to skate his own race. Can see his upper body just so slightly start to move there.
3 laps to go. Huizinga now in second, Elak in third at this stage of the race.
Well, Elak has really dropped off with that lap time. I think he has hit the wall, unfortunately. That's a little uncharacteristic. He does make it look easy, but Huizinga laying down the hammer right now. He is fatigued, but he is gritty. He is going, I am not going to let this fatigue derail this race.
2 laps to go. Huizinga under 29 seconds. Elak is bleeding time, almost a 30-second lap there for the 19-year-old who started out so well, but Huizinga seems to have found his rhythm.
He's still really riding his blades nicely. His body weight is on the balls of his feet. He's driving his knees and taking that extra crossover, really making his speed and then lengthening it out. This looks good.
Chris Huizinga still sitting in second place. Ted-Jan Blumen laying down a big time of 6:02.26. But under 30 seconds, just drinking in that air is Chris Huizinga of the Netherlands. Finishing off his lap, coming into the final straight, and really pushing it home.
This is a great race.
Huizinga at the line. And it's 6:05.16 for the Dutchman.
PB. Nice personal best for Huizinga. Elak, unfortunately, just did not have it in the last third of that race, and that's the first time we've kind of seen that. Such a bright future, such a brilliant talent, but again, it's such a technically difficult sport. It's such a physiologically difficult sport that some days just aren't necessarily your day. And he's got so much to give. He's going to be a star, and he already is a star, but that 5K was all Chris Huizinga. Congratulations, great personal best. Look at Ted. That was an amazing race. That was a really special race.
Okay. Pair 7 of 8 features the newly crowned world record holder, Timothy Lubineau, 28-year-old, nickname, 29-year-old, pardon me, Timmy Tempo, against the 23-year-old from Norway, Sander Itram. Gold medalist at the last World Championships in Hamar, Norway at this distance. So this is a fine pairing, second last to go. Can any of them chase down Ted-Jan Blumen's time? Contrasting styles here in this pairing. Lubineau on the inner lane and Itram on the outer. Two great skaters, though. Lubineau, though, the celebration, let's talk about him for a second there, Anastasia. In the 5K at Salt Lake City. I mean, he came across the line and you couldn't hear anything else except for him screaming. He was ecstatic, and why wouldn't you be?
Exactly.
Taking down that world record from Niels van der Poel.
I'm like, take your moment. That was so special. That was so special. I was watching that race, honestly,
you texted me.
Surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, well, we were at the same event.
We were at an event watching on our phones, and I just couldn't believe it. I say that with all the love and respect in my heart. I just didn't expect someone to go 6 minutes. Like, we almost saw the first 5,000 meter under 6 minutes in Salt Lake last week. And the glory is all to Timothy Lubineau on that day. That was such a special race.
It's right now the building stage of this race. Sander Itram, the slight edge. Takes a draft behind Lubineau. Itram was third in that 5,000 meter in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, you got the current world record holder versus the current world
champion.
Come on, fireworks, buckle
Yes.
up. And they have gone out very nicely. It is a little bit more conservative, but what we just saw happen to Yelak, I think both these men are going, no, we're going to build into this. So they're both under 29-second laps still. I love how both of them skate. I mean, Eitram is just like, he makes it look so easy.
Especially for such a tall skater, right?
Super tall.
8 laps to go. Eitram currently 4th at this stage of the race. Lubino in 8th. Under 29-second lap times.
Lubino getting just an A+ on that draft. That was gorgeous. Eitram looking so light on his feet. Again, he's floating out there. That's a compliment from me. Really, really nice. Riding his blades. Just being efficient. He's being easily efficient, and that's what you want to see at this stage.
Sander Eitram of Norway with the lead so far in this pairing, chasing down the time set by Ted-Jan Blumen of Canada, 6:02.26. Eitram, very consistent on World Cup. You look at last year's results in the 5,000, did not miss a podium. He had 3 wins, a 2nd place, and 2 bronze, already with a podium this season in the 5K. And with 6 laps to go, in comfortable position, 4th at this stage of the race.
Easily over the top of Timmy Tempo, that's his Instagram nickname. He is looking very nice. He does swing that arm just so slightly. You can see Timothy Lubino using, no arms in the corner. He's feeling efficient that way, but Eitram looking really nice and a great little dance out of the corner. Still has his knees well over his toes and lengthening out his straightaways. Fatigue is starting to set in. I can see a little bit starting to move. That left arm is starting to move just ever so slightly off his back. I call it the affectionate chicken wing.
Still in 2nd position, under 29-second lap. Sander Eitram, the slight edge over Timothy Lubino of France.
Lubino's shoulders are starting to swing ever so slightly, especially over his right. But he had a really nice corner exit. And he's still building.
Eitram, 3 laps to go, 7/10 off the pace at this stage of the race.
Both these men very evenly matched. This is a fun race. Eitram doing a great job of, again, nose, knees, toes, getting his body weight over his pushing leg. And it still looks relatively easy, all right? With 2 to go, they have every excuse in the book to be fatigued. But it's still looking good, Signa.
2 laps to go, under 29-second lap time. So in control. Lubino looking to make a move, trying to get that draft behind Eitram.
Oh, again, veteran move. It looked like they were skating warm-up together. That was beautiful. And he has reeled him. He's reeled him in a little bit. Look at the speed, Signa.
Bell lap now, yes.
Oh, beautiful lap from Lubino. He is building it nicely.
28-second lap there from Lubino. Eitram has the edge right now. This is the bell lap chasing down Ted-Jan Blumen's time, 6:02.26. Eitram coming along the final straight, driving those arms. And at the line, Sander Eitram, he's in the lead, 6:01.86. And that's a 2-second personal best. Almost 2-second personal best from Sander Eitram. Track record in Calgary as well. Both him and Ted-Jan Blumen setting track records today, back to back.
What a race. That was exciting. And you know what? I mean, listen, we got to chat about this man right here. Fantastic technical and tactical 5,000 meter. 12 and a half laps, gorgeous. You can see his teammates in the back already pumping their fists. That was a big one. Congratulations, taking down the track record that Ted-Jan Blumen
had just set. So Ted-Jan Blumen of Canada sitting in second, Sander Eitram in first. One pair to go. On the inner lane, Davide Giotto, the 31-year-old from Italy. And on the outer lane from the United States, it's Casey Dawson. Giotto, the back-to-back world champion at 10,000 meters. Against Casey Dawson, who put down a great result in Salt Lake City last week with a fourth place finish in the 5K. So things are not done yet, Anastasia. It comes down to this final pairing, of course. 12 and a half laps around the track. The men's 5K.
And it's a biggie. This is a big pairing. I think for so long, we had our eyes on that man right there, Giotto. He's so entertaining. He is so talented. He's so gritty. It's always fireworks when he skates, all right? Like, he just makes 12 and a half laps look fun. Because
loves skating in Calgary, set his 10,000 world record here.
But there's a few new players in town. But holy, 28-0. Okay, Giotto. He said, I'm coming into play.
Looking forward to that home Olympics, of course. Milano Cortina, it's going to be on fire. Look at the draft from Casey Dawson. Early going to this race, and it's already got a little bit of drama to it. You can just feel it.
You can. And Giotto is like, right now, to me, this is the definition of easy speed. Like, 9-1 making it look that easy. He just takes so much time in the straights to load up his pushing leg. There you see it, right? He's just out for a walk. He's like, hey, I'm not worried about lactic acid. I'm not worried about my heart rate going over 200. I'm enjoying this. He makes it look so easy. Gorgeous corner exit.
So Giotto, the time here, 1/100th behind the leader at this stage of the race. Getting that speed back up.
A nice draft again for Dawson. Nice lean as well. Really, really lovely. Taking his time.
8 laps to go. Giotto leading this pairing over Casey Dawson of the United States. 25-year-old from Park City, Utah. Had a really consistent World Cup season. Casey Dawson did last year, 4th in the long distance standing. Said he was really proud of himself about his consistency.
As he should be.
Key member, of course, of their team Pursuit, who set a world record themselves in Salt Lake City last week.
And the United States on the men's side for the team Pursuit, you know, they are special. Like, and they aren't that same team without Casey. So he's integral for the Americans. And it's great to see him just find something a little extra in his stride, too. Again, huge personal best last week. Giotto looking really nice here. Keeping it pretty consistent. Again, my heart does go out to the Italian athletes. Like, they are getting ready for a home Olympic Games. I had the privilege of competing in Vancouver 2010. I didn't have the pressure in any way that this man has on his shoulders, and it's stressful. It's stressful for everyone, Olympic years, but when you know that you're going to be competing at home, there's just that extra ounce of pressure. And he's wanting to show us right here, right now, that he's not thinking about it.
5 laps to go, under 29-second lap time for David Giotto. Reigning Olympic bronze medalist in the 10K.
Nice lean. And then he takes that extra second crossover. Come on. Hammering the corners and really still taking his time on the straights.
Sitting in fourth at this stage of the race, Casey Dawson still in the mix, under 29-second lap times for both of these skaters. Final pairing, Sander Eachram in front with a time of 6:01.86 track record time. Ted-Jan Blumen of Canada in second, and Timothy Lubino in third.
And this is still looking really good for both men. Very consistent lap times, and if it comes down to grit, we have seen it time and time again. Giotto has that sixth weird kind of gear, right? He just puts his head down and grits it out.
But look at Casey Dawson's speed right now is really picking up steam. At 28.09, Casey Dawson going ahead of Giotto right now.
And Ryan Shimabakaru's going, come on, you're on a good one. That was a great negative split. He has really picked his time right to start punching this race, and look at that. Nice little dance in the corner. He looks light on his feet, takes the second crossover. Really nice, Signa.
Into the bell lap now, Casey Dawson of the United States. 27.69 that lap time.
What is going on here? Holy!
Turning it upside down, Casey Dawson trying to get on the podium here in Calgary.
Well, he's got a lot of speed, Signa, and he's absolutely eating away at that lead.
Driving towards the line, Casey Dawson of the United States. He's in the green. Oh, by 0.02 of a second, 6:01.84. What? The champion in today's 5K, it's Casey Dawson of the United States. What a race. Those final few laps.
I mean, we were watching his speed. He just kept whittling away at that lead. He was quiet and calm, cool, collected, and then just drops the hammer. Huge negative splits, fantastic technical and tactical 5,000 meter, 12 and a half laps. Casey Dawson, congratulations.
Track record, personal best for Casey Dawson.
That's exciting. I mean, a huge personal best. Huge personal best, almost three seconds, Signa.
And to be on the top of the podium in team pursuit is one thing, but to do it as an individual.
Oh, I mean,
all that hard work, the consistency of last season, building towards something like today.
And you said it best. I mean, that consistency, right? You build, and then you build to a moment like this. Congratulations to Casey Dawson. That was a beautiful 12 and a half laps of speed skating. Huge high fives from his coaches. You saw Ryan Shimabakaru there just pumping his fist. Congratulations. That was a really special race.
So Casey Dawson of the United States taking the gold in the men's 5K in Calgary. Sander Eachram couldn't believe it. 2/100ths of a second. And Ted-Jan Blumen, what a race from him as well, the 39-year-old from Canada taking the bronze medal.
The depth in this distance, Signa, is so special. I mean, I was a sprinter, so sometimes I feel a little silly when I'm, breaking down a 5,000 meter. I can admit that to people. But in a 500 meter, in the 1,000 meter, you kind of learn to expect that on any given day there could be a handful of people on the podium. With the distance races, sometimes you do get a little bit of a clearer picture of who might be there. And that has gone out the window. There is no narrative. There are no heavy favorites going into Milano Cortina. There's 6 or 7 men that could be on that podium at any given time.
Exciting.
It's so exciting. We are seeing things that I cannot you know, we just saw it, so I guess it is believable, but I don't know if I would have believed you. Congratulations. What a tremendous day of speed skating from Calgary, eh? It doesn't get much better than that.
Second stop of the season, just keeps getting better. What a moment. Great racing from these men to conclude the night, the 5K. Ted Jan Blumen, that big moment, the track record only to be broken. All smiles for Casey Dawson. Timothy Lubino and Casey Dawson on top of the World Cup standings, tied with 103, and Sandra Eacham right behind them. So as you mentioned, you know, 6 or 7 men in contention for titles this season. That was great racing.
That was great racing. And you know what? My phone is blowing up. People are so thrilled with today. Like, people just saying, you know what a fantastic day of speed skating. I think we saw some moments that'll live much longer than this season, to be honest. There are so many new players in town. You do build, right? It's a 4-year build. It's been 4 years since Beijing. I can't believe how time goes.
Yeah.
It goes by so fast. But honestly, I mean, this is a clean slate. Like, what an amazing day. And what a gift for us to watch it and get a front row ticket. I hope everyone has had as much fun as we have, because yeah, as a 500-meter skater, I'm like, hey, maybe I can get out there. I would skate. I'd skate about 300 meters and go, no, this is too long. But they certainly made that look fun. Great day of racing.
Getting set for the medal ceremonies for the women's 3K and the men's 5K. Just moments away from that. At the Olympic Oval in Calgary. DJ's been fire tonight.
It's been delightful. I love the lights. It's been like a party. I mean, we've been celebrating racing, but we've just been celebrating life.
The medalists for the women's 3,000 meters. For a second straight week, Valerie Malte from the Saguenay region of Quebec finds herself on the podium. This time a third-place finish. Great racing from the Canadian veteran.
So good. And, you know, of course she was racing against her teammate, Isabel Weideman. I think that's the best I've seen both of them skate for a long time. Very exciting. Congratulations, Val. She gets that beautiful white hat. But it's a special time. I mean, to think, 35 years old, personal best, on the podium. Sports are fun. Life's good.
From Norway, the second place finisher was Ragna Vikland of Norway. The white hat, yes, a symbol of hospitality. Highest honor to be white-hatted. Joy Buna. Dominant performance in the 3K today.
She just continues to remind us that at present she is in a different league. She has been so strong for the last year and a half, 2 years. I apologize for my math there, but she just keeps getting better. I mean, she really, really laid the hammer down today, and as I've said before, we're 70 some odd days away from the Olympic Games. You got to think that she is one to watch in multiple distances.
Your medalists for the women's 3,000 meters. Joy Benna, Regna Viklund, and Valerie Malte.
That's so cool, too, for the Calgary Speed Skating Association.
When you're a young speed skater, to be able to stand with international's best.
I got to do that one time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fueled the dream?
Absolutely. I mean, this building is just so special because if you grow up here or if you skate here, you realize, you know, when I was 8 years old, I got to skate alongside Katrina Lemaidon. That changes your life. Skating alongside Susan Ock, it changes your life. And these young skaters get to give a medal to Valerie Malte. Come on. They could be there too in a few years. That's so exciting.
Well, we knew these distance races were going to be exciting.
We knew they'd be exciting. I don't know if we knew they'd be this exciting, though, to be really honest and vulnerable with everyone. Like, this was a special day in our sport, and what a gift it was. So many stars, so many narratives. And as we've said, on any given day, there's a handful of people that could be on the podium. Like, it doesn't get much better than this.
Next up, the men's 5,000 meter medal ceremony. Great way to end the night. Some thrilling racing that went right down to the wire.
In third place and bronze medalist, representing Canada,
From Canada, Ted-Jan Blumen still has some energy left. 39-year-old stomped down a track record only to see it go down further on, but he was on a race tonight.
This is some of the best racing I think I've ever seen him do, and he should be so exceptionally proud of himself. that was so special. Giving a lovely handshake to Mark Messer, of course, the head ice technician of this oval and the Olympic Games.
Yeah. Sander Itram of Norway thought he had this wrapped up until the final pairing, but what a race from the 23-year-old. One to watch on the road to Milano Cortina. Casey Dawson enjoying the moment, winning this race by 0.02 of a second in the final pairing.
Unreal negative splits. Like,
yeah,
to ever see a 27 in a 5,000 meter, and for him to do it, what, with one to go? Like, I mean, it's hard to describe. Like, that was just brilliant speed skating, and he should be so proud of himself. Congratulations. This is a really special 5,000 meter.
Casey Dawson, Sander Itram, and Ted-Jan Blumen, your medalists in the men's 5,000 meter. great night of racing.
Young Logan proving age is just a number. Something about this building that really brings out the best in you. What does it mean to skate here in Calgary, especially a couple months away from the Olympics?
Yeah, those 39 years flew by. I think I was still 25 yesterday. So, no, I was so happy that I could prove I can still do this. I felt like I was in such good shape this season, but I haven't been able to piece it together in a race. And today, this was everything I had. So really happy with that race.
Wow, you're proving that this all stuff, this all done, so last some tricks. One more time for 10, Young Bowman.
My kids over there. So much fun.
Second, Isabel Weideman in third, and the time 3:56.46 for Valmonte.
Thanks to everyone who attended here in person and on the live stream. We will see you tomorrow.
Tadjan Blumen, ecstatic with that bronze medal performance today.
Races starting at 12:30. We have the
And Sander Eitram, Timothy Lubino, great pairing. Eitram taking over the lead, but had to settle for silver because in the final pairing, Casey Dawson of the United States with that negative split at the end, Anastasia, coming out on top by 2/100ths of a second.
Don't forget tomorrow morning there is also a pancake breakfast supplied by the Calgary Stampede.
This was a tremendous day of racing, Signa. And I think I'm going to leave it at that, honestly. You know, skating around in a circle was really fun today, and the results were spectacular. I just cannot wait till Milano Cortina, but I guess we'll have to get through tomorrow before we get through to the Olympics. What a pleasure this was.
Well, an exciting day, as you mentioned. More on tap tomorrow. The 500 meters go. The king and queen of racing, the 1,500 meter. All from the Calgary Olympic Oval in southern Alberta. The second stop on the World Cup season of the ISU Speed Skating World Cup. Thanks for watching with us today, everyone. I'm Signa Butler alongside two-time Olympian Anastasia Busis, and on behalf of us and our entire crew here in Calgary, make sure you join us again tomorrow. Wasn't this fun? We're going to turn it up a notch tomorrow.
I had so much fun. We got the 500 meters
Yep.
on deck. Let's go.
And the 1,500. So make sure you join us again tomorrow. We'll be back on the air. And thanks for watching.